I am ready now.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
And what can we expect?
Surprises!
Engineered by Jay Timko and produced by Eric Beatty. And without further delay, it's showtime! Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hey. Welcome, everybody, to a Wednesday edition of the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. I am Mike, that is Jay. Big E is right there. Timko to the left. K-Dog on the couch. How you doing, pal?
Quite well.
You are?
Yes.
You look good? You look refreshed? You feel refreshed?
Sure. Yeah. Ready to go.
Are you?
This is a
Ready
good salt right here.
It is a good salt. Not
E?
as potent as
Finish it out?
yesterday's.
E.
He's not paying any attention at all.
He's watching the TV.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. His microphone's way up there. He's not paying any attention.
We are on the air, E.
Yes, and dare I say a big show today, too. There's a lot to get to. We'll talk fat asses at some point. The NFL.
Those are in now, by the way.
Right. Yeah. They are.
We all love them.
I missed that memo.
I know.
And I'm going to ignore that, but we'll get into that in a little bit because fat asses should never be in. Sorry. The DEA and the NFL, get the fuck out of here, DEA, stop it. But whatever, okay, we'll get into that. The AP appealing, Adrian Peterson. Words of the year, usually something I find disgusting, but we'll get into that a little bit. Cosby. We'll get into licensed photo, an odd licensed photo situation, some stuff going on in Utah there. The synagogue killings, Manson's wedding, so a lot to get to. As I said, a big show today. But we can't not start in Ferguson, Missouri, right?
Missouri.
And a couple...
all anxiously awaiting, right, Mike?
Oh, my God. I mean,
the popcorn is popped.
It's popped. I mean, I'm telling you, my adrenaline, when I see it on the news and people are already starting to move into Ferguson to get, like, prime seats, I wish I could be there. I wish I could get tickets to go to Ferguson and, like, have a 50-yard line seat for this. But it's probably, I'm not going to get to do that because, again, I don't live life to the fullest. Otherwise, I would go to Ferguson. I kind of want to send Big E to Ferguson.
I was just going to say, I guess I could go, right?
Put a Detroit Cast flag on you.
Wouldn't that be...
And make you wear in support of Officer Wilson T-shirt.
Oh,
send him into the middle.
I'd still do it probably. That's the sad
Have
thing.
you wearing like full bracelets like I am Darren Wilson?
Oh, Jesus.
What if it started erupting while we're on the air, Mike? Would you like just kill?
I'd fucking stay with it. Stay with it. Hang in there, E. Hang in there, E. You're a field reporter. Hang in there. No, they're burning me.
Dude. That'd be awesome.
I don't do electricity.
Stop it. Stop it, darkies. Stop it. Ow.
Dude, I've always wanted to be
I'd
one of
stay
those
there.
guys.
You've always wanted to be an
Field
on-site
reporter?
correspondent.
That'd be
field-
awesome.
We go to our field reporter, Eric Fady in the street. How's things going? How's things looking out there, Eric? And then there'd be like that uncomfortable 10-second pause of dead air.
The satellite delay.
Yeah, the via satellite feed.
And we're
that
just looking at his
sucks.
face like, he's waiting.
That's right, guys. Yes, turmoil and unrest as we speak.
Couldn't they plan for that to, like, put that in the plan that there's going to be 10-second delay so they, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but they have to listen to the guy speak the whole time. And so they...
It just seems like they're...
They have to
Otherwise,
hear the
they step
question.
on each other, and then you get that really uncomfortable, like, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
wait,
but no,
you
go. No, Steve, you go.
Yeah.
No, Bob.
No.
Go.
And then there's 10 seconds of silence, and it's like, okay, I guess he's not going to go, so I can go. And then they both start talking at the same time. No, you go. No, yes, there is unrest here in the streets of Ferguson, Missouri. Oh God, I would.
awesome.
It'd probably end up costing your life, which is kind of a risk I'm willing to take. But
Yeah, I am too.
Are you?
If I was paid to drive to Ferguson, I would do it in a second. I'd do it tomorrow.
Arrange that. We could do that as a
I'd
kick.
have-
You just mean gas money, right? We don't have to pay you like thousands
I
of
would
dollars.
need gas money,
Darren Wilson T-shirt.
hotel,
A quick Kickstarter
and
can
food
take care of this.
food.
Dude, would people put up with another Kickstarter if the only purpose of the Kickstarter was to
Send
fund
E to
sending
Ferguson.
E to Ferguson
Yeah.
in an I am Darren Wilson T-shirt?
If you do it, I will do it.
Holy shit, man.
Dude, how hilarious would it be to have an on-field reporter?
What do we need, like $2,000?
Probably.
Maybe 3.
Why? Would you have to pay off people that are going to beat your ass?
I have to have food,
Dude
gas.
needs some weed, man.
Yeah.
I don't even
Prostitute.
smoke weed. No, food.
Oh my god, I want to do this so bad. Let's do this.
All
Let's
I
do
need
this.
is food, gas, and somewhere to stay.
Cheap hotel room.
Cheap hotel. I'm fine with a
Would you
Motel
be
8
okay staying outside the city limits like you do for the Super Bowl, and then you drive into the
That's fine.
infected area?
If anything, I'd rather probably stay outside. I would do it, man. Fuck yeah.
I think $2,000 would do it.
I think so too. And then if you have problems, we could wire you something, I suppose.
That's a good point.
Anyway, there's going to be a lot of people there, so if we're going to do this, we should get on it soon because
Right.
the decision could come down any
Anytime.
time. And the National Guard has been activated, which sucks. They'll probably do their best to keep the peace, which sucks. But we've got other reports coming out, and this group, #Ferguson, a protest group, released a list of targets for the area of which E will be covering, we would expect. Yeah, the noindictment.org group.
Wow.
Yeah, they're a Ferguson protest group. They released a list of potential targets following the decision by the St. Louis County Courthouse on the Mike Brown case. The published map shows expected landmarks like Ferguson City Hall, the county courthouse. Also, it lists off things that have absolutely nothing to do with this, like Anheuser-Busch, Emerson Lake, this company that's been in Ferguson for 50 years. Family-owned business. Hospitals were on the list. I think they've taken hospitals off the list. That should be a safe zone. This is ridiculous. I saw a guy on CNN today, and they're like, these shithead reporters. Unlike us, we were like, tell us all about all the shit that's going down. It's awesome, isn't it? And we'd expect him to elaborate about how crazy it is. These people are like, so what do we do to make sure that we keep the peace in Ferguson? It's like, oh, stop it, you fucking assholes. You don't want peace. It's the last thing any of you want. Stop pretending. And then they got Lamont sitting there with a backwards hat on sideways like, yeah, if these motherfuckers meet our demands and shit, we could probably keep some peace. It's like, meet your demand. Here's a asshole on the news talking to a business-suited... He's in a hooded sweatshirt and a backwards baseball cap going, the police need to meet our demands. He's talking about that list of demands where they've got safe houses.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, dude.
Nobody wears
please.
riot gear and all that shit.
Yeah. And
throwing bottles is okay. Or no.
Water bottles.
Water bottles
They
is
have to
okay.
determine if it's a water bottle as it's incoming.
Yeah. So that's what he's calling for. But to me, I look at this and go, wait a minute. You're talking about peaceful protests, which sounds like an oxymoron to me. The whole point of protesting is you're protesting.
It can be peaceful.
No,
Mike.
there can be peaceful
Not here. It can't. No.
I agree.
No.
I agree.
There will be no peaceful protest.
Hell no.
And this idea that you need to set ground rules goes all the way against what protesting is supposed to do. Where you've got civil unrest, you're trying to make a point and a statement. You don't make up rules with the police about how to be handled if you're getting unruly. That's the risk you take by protesting and having civil unrest, is that, you know what, I'm willing to get arrested for this cause. And you know what, I'm willing to take some tear gas or a rubber bullet for this cause. I feel that strongly about it. Not this kid gloves, everybody, don't, even if we're getting, breaking the law and being illegal and
take it easy on us.
Take it easy on us. Don't, God forbid, they're pissed at, you read these things and it's like, yeah, there were pregnant mothers pushed over, and it's like, well, what is a pregnant mother doing walking around the streets at 1 a.m. in Ferguson, Missouri anyways? Whose fault is that? Is that the cops? Because they didn't walk into anybody's house and start knocking people over. That I can promise you. So it's just funny, all these rules, and it's like, listen, we're going to riot and be fucking animals out here, so here's how you deal with us. It's like, no, that's not how it works. You act in a certain way, any way you choose, whether it's legal or illegal, you act in any way you choose, and the police will act accordingly, right? Mm-hmm. If you're just walking down the block doing nothing but holding a sign that says, hands up, don't shoot, nobody's going to shoot you.
No, they know people will be out of fucking control.
Of course they do.
So they're just looking for, to try to get a prior agreement to take it easy on them.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
We know we can't control anybody. They're gonna go nuts. So just, can we agree to take it easy on them?
And then this is the other thing, that you've got all these groups that are just adding gas to the fire. just stoking the flames. Stoking the flames? Stoking. Okay, I had it right. God damn it! Stoking the flames. And it bothers me because there's stuff in it for these guys. They don't really care about the people. I just don't believe that. I believe it's like they're all looking for donations and money. If you want to support the cause, pay here.
Well, at bottom, there needs to remain a conflict or they don't exist.
Exactly. And there's a lot of people involved that are, it's in their best interest for as much shit and mayhem to happen. We benefit from it here at the Detroit Cast. The more coverage that goes there, the more bullshit that goes down, the better for CNN, for us, for any media. We'll just admit it. I can openly admit it. Yeah, hell yeah. The more shit that goes on, the better for us. More to talk about. But this group here, and I won't pretend that there's no injustices in the world, that the black community doesn't deal with shit that other people maybe don't. But if you're going to play the victim card all the time, you're going to never be anything but a victim. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that disagree with me, but and again, I'll say it, this is not the victim here. Michael Brown, from all the evidence about, is not the victim that people want to make him out to be. He's not the martyr to champion your cause. He's just not. There probably are plenty of people across this country that would fit this agenda. But this case isn't it, and you see it more and more when you read from people online that go, yeah, this just seems like bullshit. This seems like, sad as it may be, this kid probably got what he fucking deserved. Sorry. Sorry. Is what it is. So here we've got this group, and then we'll get to another lawsuit that's popped up in Ferguson, Missouri, involving another police officer. Fortunately for white America, he's a black guy, so there probably won't be the unrest that you'd see if he was a white guy. But
you won't hear much about this, probably.
Right, you'll hear about it here, though. We'll do that in just a second. But we're living an American horror story. This is from an open letter from Ferguson protesters. We are living in an American horror story. The unlawful slaughter of black bodies by the hands of power has continued day after day, year after year, century after century, life by precious life. Since before the first chain was slipped around black wrists, black youth, brimming with untapped potential, has been seen as worthless and unimportant. Black activists, stalwart in pursuit of liberation, but perceived as perpetual threats to order and comfort. Black men truly and earnestly clinging to our dignity, written off as the ravenous, insatiable black savage. Black women always unflinchingly running toward our freedom, dismissed as bitter and angry after long denial and suffering.
Wow.
Really? Was this written in 1853? When was this written? This can't possibly be 2014 they're talking about, right?
Pretty dramatic.
Pretty dramatic, right? But if this is, and I won't bore you with all of this. It goes on and on and on, and it's kind of giving justification for behaviors, right? This is the this type of shit is used as justification to act like savage animals, as they put it. And I'm sorry, but when the whole country knows that shit is hitting the fan as soon as this thing is announced, that speaks volumes about what people really think. And you're not doing much to squash stereotypes, age-old stereotypes. How you do that is by showing people that, you know what, maybe an injustice took place, maybe it didn't, but hey, the justice system did its job, whether we like it or not, and we have to respect that. As most people will do if the verdict comes out and they say he's going to be indicted. Do you think people are going to riot if he's indicted? White people are going to go riot as if this is some black and white issue always?
Right, it'd be like an OJ situation, right?
Yeah, right. So anyway, the National Guard's brought in. All these places are on standby.
The biggest thing, though, is like you said, it's not the fact pattern that warrants this type of response, And sure, there are other injustices that could have been hyped and could have been supported, and they get downplayed for whatever reason. This one, it was just a perfect storm, I guess.
Yeah.
Of shit that came together, and here we are.
Yeah.
But that's what's so frustrating is you see all the shit, coming to a head. All hell's gonna break loose. Everybody knows that, and you step back and you go, dude, it's very, very probable.
Yeah,
that this guy wasn't a victim. It's just crazy to think of.
It is. And this isn't something that just happens in the African American community. Jay, you and I were involved in a situation where the police busted in the door, took guns out, and arrested us, handcuffed us, pulled out guns. The one cop told me, one more word, Mike, and I will shoot you. I mean, we had nothing to do with anything illegal. We're sitting there drinking with our underage girlfriends.
And that's why we could laugh as we laid on the floor.
And we laughed, and we didn't get shot. I mean, but, you know, things happen. Do we look at the cops and go, they're all assholes, just marching into buildings and having their way with it? Like, no, it was like, yeah, we got caught up in something we had nothing to do with.
Yeah, I get it.
But
I don't blame them.
It's
nothing personal.
Nothing personal, and when it got sorted out, whatever. But if in that situation, if you would have punched a cop in the face or gone for his gun, you probably would have got shot.
Absolutely.
They wouldn't have given a shit at all that you were white, black, purple. It doesn't matter. If you behave a certain way, they're going to react a certain way.
You're right.
That's just the facts of it. So now we have another lawsuit and I don't know.
They're really taking advantage of the fact that this happened in Ferguson.
You noticed that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, where violence against citizenry is so
run
rampant.
amok.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a cop, or I don't know if he's a security. He's a cop, I guess. Jairus Hayden.
Hayden is a Ferguson corrections officer.
That's a real cop, right?
I don't know.
I mean, he's not taking polls somewhere,
so.
right?
I
He's got a gun, though.
Yeah, but I don't think that they're like a police academy trained cop. I think they're something different. But
well, there's a woman who sued officer. They do call him Officer Jairus Hayden, and the city of Ferguson. She just wants money. Pay me, motherfuckers. It's in the city of Ferguson, alleging an assault happened at the city jail while she was 3 months pregnant. They won't give her name. He's pled not guilty. He's going to be arraigned on the 3rd. He's looking forward to defending himself in court. And his attorney, Beavis.
I love that.
What?
No, it's her attorney is named Beavis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, Beavis Shock.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't realize Beavis. Shut up, Beavis.
His name's Beavis Shock.
I didn't know anybody was actually named Beavis.
And the best thing is it's W. Beavis Shock. So it's like William Beavis Shock, and he goes by Beavis.
Beavis. Is it
Good choice,
Bevis?
man.
Because there's no A there. It could be Bevis, but we're calling him Beavis. And I realized that I used to be able to do a Beavis impression. I can't anymore because it's just E.
Here it goes.
It's just morphed into Big E.
Jesus, you. What are you gonna do?
Jailers may not have sexual relations with inmates. Period, said Beavis. Shut up, Beavis. So.
Well, there's also a civil suit, which is beautiful.
There is?
That's obviously the criminal issue.
So-
Being charged.
So basically,
This is gonna be cool.
This is gonna be cool.
So like your butt.
So what happened here is he pulls her over. She gets pulled over for was it expired license
Expired
tabs?
vehicle plate and giving a false name.
So she gives a false name, gets taken to they book her, take her into the jail, and he does one of those. All the candy you need is right here.
Yeah, basically.
He whispers in her ear something about you smell good.
Be quiet, others will hear.
This'll teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
And then we have the actual incident report, which goes on to describe what he did, apparently.
Well, this is the civil complaint where she's seeking damages against him, the city of Ferguson, of course.
Right. She wants money.
Better get it while they still have some.
Right.
Yeah, she says that Hayden began booking. She's called JW. It's just her initials.
Mhm.
Began booking JW by taking fingerprints and mug shots. JW heard Hayden say softly, "You smell good."
Yeah.
Mm.
This'll teach you a lesson.
She'd never met him before. She was dressed in her work clothes, that is, nursing scrubs.
Ooh.
JW was put in a cell. Hayden tells her that she has warrants in other jurisdictions. She's in big trouble. You know, he's trying to scare the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
She says, let me go. I haven't done anything wrong. I just don't have money to get my plates. Hayden said words to the effect of, "Be quiet. Others will hear you."
Oh.
JW sensed that Hayden was acting in a sexually provocative manner toward her. Listen to this, dude. JW did not respond. She was several months pregnant. JW's pregnancy was showing. JW was having pains and discharges.
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
Oh,
Why'd you have to say that, Beavis?
Yeah, Beavis, why did you tell us there were discharges?
JW told Hayden she was having pain and discharges.
oh.
I mean, how does that come up?
Yeah. I mean,
Why having pain and discharges?
what do you do about it? Give her a napkin? I don't know. I
A
mean,
moxie pad?
yes, there you go. What kind of discharges happen with someone who's 3 months pregnant?
She's having some sort of spotting.
Ooh.
Oh, God,
Boo.
gross.
Jay, you grossed me out with one word. I hate that word.
Spotting?
Yes.
I thought it was moist. Too.
Or poop.
I
She's-
hate that word.
See, this is her problem. She starts saying things like, I will do anything to go home.
Anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
By that remark, JW did not intend to deliver the message that she would have sex with Hayden in exchange for release. The remark was in nature of a rhetorical statement while in an emotional state of extreme distress.
If you're saying that, I mean, I gotta be honest. I'm not saying she asked for it, but
She sent a
What-
little signal there, didn't she?
dude, if you say you're a female, you got a guy there, and she's like, I'll do anything to go
Well-
get out of this.
If she's sobbing, going, I'll do anything to go
Yeah.
home, or if she's going, I'll do anything to
Right.
go home.
Yeah.
I think
Wink, wink. Depends how it was delivered. I don't think that matters in a court, but for
Well,
our
he responded.
purposes.
He responded as I think E would. You gonna suck my dick?
Hell yeah.
did Beavis tell us this?
Yeah, this is Beavis's allegation.
Nice.
Because she was afraid, and by the way, he takes her out of the cell, takes her to a boiler room,
Ooh,
and at this point he
Very
says, "You gonna
romantic.
suck my dick or what?"
that doesn't sound like protocol.
At this point, because she was afraid, JW did not resist.
Oh,
Oh, she
So
was too
she engaged. She
afraid.
engaged in the act.
And she was raped against her will, right? Or
Hold on, she captured some of his pubic hairs in her hand during
Ooh.
said act.
what?
well, that should never happen.
Why
Hayden-
is that happening?
Hayden did not ejaculate.
All right.
Hayden then had JW stop. Hayden then took JW further back in the boiler room,
Oh, so she was sucking my dick,
and
and
you know,
she grabbed a pube.
yeah, grabbed
Gross.
a pube, yeah,
Ugh.
put
Yeah.
it between her teeth.
Yeah.
God.
Is that how she captured the pube?
For safekeeping.
And then
No.
she was like, "Oh, I could probably use this."
This comes in handy later.
Oh, I know.
Hayden then had JW bend over it, and he indicated that he was going to have intercourse with her.
Yeah, I'm gonna do you.
Because she was afraid, JW did not resist. Hayden then had vaginal intercourse with JW, and this is all collectively, quote, the incident. He says that in the allegation. It's
Well,
awesome.
Beavis.
Hayden ejaculated in his hand. See, I would have put that as part of the incident.
Yeah.
Beavis
In
chose
his
not
hand?
to. In his hand.
Yeah. He wasn't gonna let her take that with her.
Yeah.
I believe this is mine.
Well, plus that's.
I
you know,
believe this is my property. You will not be taking this.
Well,
This is
to
my
Beavis?
seed.
That's smart. He could use that. She could have used that against him.
I hope there was no pre-release that got inside her.
Good thing she had the pube.
That's right.
Hayden then released JW from jail custody via a side door.
So he cracks open the side door and is like,
Run. He goes,
Run.
run, and stay close to the building so
Oh,
as to
cameras.
avoid cameras.
Yeah.
So she takes off. Immediately after the rape, JW went to a Subway restaurant across the street and
Had some lunch?
retained a bag to hold the captured pubic hair.
What?
Don't want to drop that. That's kind of important.
Imagine one of those big plastic Subway bags walking down the street with one pube in it.
How big is that pube?
You know, the freaking footlong bag.
Out of my way! I've got important stuff here.
And what did she ask them at the subway? You know, she just walked. I just need a bag.
Yeah.
Like
You
she's
need a
gonna
bag
be
what?
right
pube.
there.
For this!
She's right by the
Also-
jail.
Oh,
You know, she
nasty curly thing.
What was she? You know what she's wearing? You know, what I mean, she just came from jail. She just got. You know,
She's in her nurse scrubs. That is her.
wouldn't that be suspicious to you if you were a worker, man?
Would you even ask if someone
No.
like, can I have a bag? You'd just be like, yeah, whatever, here.
I wouldn't ask
go,
because I didn't
"For
give a shit."
what?"
Take yourself back to your Tim Horton days of 3 days ago.
Or any job I've ever worked.
3 days ago.
What would you have done?
Hell yeah, I just go.
You want a cup too? I don't know.
I never care. I never cared any of my jobs.
I need a bag. For what? what will this be used for?
That's actually not true. There
These are our foot-long Subway bags, sir, ma'am.
I don't see a foot long in your
Yeah.
hand, ma'am.
Would you like to buy a foot-long sub first?
The subs are free. The bags are $6.
No, I've never cared about it. The job enough to.
So, Beavis gets a hold of this case, and this is what he alleges. He alleges damages in the form of humiliation, indignity, disgrace, stress, fear, mental suffering, anxiety over sex, and fear of police.
Oh, okay.
So
all
she's
right.
suffering all of the aforementioned.
Is she dropping out of college?
We'll get to that. We'll see. Count 1, violation of civil rights. 14th Amendment substantive due process.
Is that what that symbol is? The substantive? There's some stupid.
Oh, that's
symbol.
section. That means section.
Why don't they just say section? Why do you guys have to be such nerds about this?
Because that's a section symbol.
I've never seen a section symbol. I've
Yeah.
never been in a law class.
Yeah, we'd rather put the section symbol than
Where do
spell
you?
it section.
Is that on a keyboard?
Yeah, it's one of those.
I don't see it.
Well, no, you got to go to the.
Oh, it's got to be a special keyboard.
Yes,
it's not on your
special-
everyday keyboard. Well, excuse me, counselor.
It's one of the, if you do like an alt or something, whatever.
Can you read it as the European judge?
The substantive due. Hold on, I'll get to this. The substantive due process clause of the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution protects individuals from violations of their bodily integrity at the hands of government officials.
Well,
Sexual abuse. Hold on. Sexual abuse of an inmate by a corrections officer can never serve a legitimate penological purpose.
What?
He used the word penological.
Wait, is he combining penis?
Penological purpose.
He's
Penological,
trying to
like
say-
penitentiary.
right. So
Yes,
he's trying to say
penal.
that. He's trying to say right that.
It can't serve a
Of
penological.
course,
It cannot.
having sex with
Like, really? You have to say that?
you have to say that. You have to say that having sex with one of the inmates cannot hold a correctional purpose.
He said penological purpose.
Use it in the sentence again as he used it.
Sexual abuse of an inmate by a corrections officer can never serve a legitimate penological purpose and may well result in severe physical and psychological harm.
Oh my God.
Why? You don't have to type that. I don't think everyone.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Who would see a guy like a
Doesn't this
corrections
just-
officer having sex with an inmate and go, well,
So
sometimes.
So basically, what happened here is
Well,
this was not quite a violent rape, as Beavis would want you to believe.
Right.
This was something where
this is one side of it. It could be construed as. Go ahead, Mike.
that she made a deal with the devil and said, "I'll suck your dick. I'm wanted in many counties. How do I get the fuck out of here and make this go away?" And he's like, "Well, you can probably suck my dick." All right. And so they agree to said encounter. She sucks his dick. He fucks her. Comes in his hand because this is my property. You will not be taking this with.
She fortuitously kept the pube between her teeth.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed she didn't grab it in her hand
Yeah,
and throw
a
it in a
handful.
Subway bag.
Yeah.
That thing she pulled out of her teeth later that evening.
Oh, I can use this.
Yeah, she's like, holy shit, I'll be damned.
And then she gets
Thus
out.
hatching the plan.
Yeah. So he opens the door and says, "Stay on the wall, run."
Yep.
And she does, and now she's thinking, "I got his pube.
This is Ferguson.
This is Ferguson. There's
Everybody
no way."
knows how the police are in Ferguson.
Yeah. But doesn't it just go to say that dudes will get it anywhere? Well, they'll take it anywhere they can get it.
Yeah.
Like if a chick offers up sexual congress, you could be at a murder scene, and they'd be like, "Yeah, this is kind of gross and shit, but got to get it where I can."
Hell yeah, dude.
I mean, like chicks can be like, "Oh, it's gross out here."
Yeah.
Like no guy's
in the
ever
boiler
said,
room
"Oh."
of a county jail.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
looks pretty good to me.
I can't think of a place
You
where
could-
I would turn it down.
No, I know.
I
There's
You
a
really
back
can't.
alley in Chicago behind a dumpster.
It could be my
doesn't
parents'
surprise
fucking-
me.
My parents' fucking funeral, dude. I'd probably still just
Yeah.
be like, well,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just true though. Like chicks would be like, "Oh, it stinks in here. Oh, it smells out here.
It's not
there's pig
romantic."
shit everywhere. Oh, there's hay on the ground." Like guys are like, "Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Right.
Let's do it on the horse shit."
Right. Fuck it.
Hayden's sexual misconduct in this incident was so egregious and outrageous that it may fairly be said to shock the contemporary conscience.
What?
Thank you, counselor.
Believe that shit?
God,
They like typed that.
yes. He didn't type it. Some chick rolling her eyes typed that.
He dictated it.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah, Hayden's sexual misconduct in this incident was so egregious and outrageous it may fairly be said to shock the contemporary conscience.
Oh, I like that. That's good. I'm gonna leave that in there. That's good.
Period.
By the way, a correction officer is not a cop. They're exactly. It says on this thing. They're exactly what it implies. Officers of a correctional institution are primarily responsible for just maintaining security and the safety of the prisons. That does
Yeah.
not qualify them to be a cop.
But that
All right.
doesn't stop Beavis from trying to tie this into.
No, I know.
I still
but-
have myself
but
an
here's-
unholstered gun, if you will.
No, I appreciate the follow-up. But they're saying particularly on information and belief that the city failed to have a system in place such that supervisors would monitor jailers to assure that jailers would always call other jurisdictions where subjects had warrants to prevent the jailers from using the threat that such calls would be used as a bargaining chip. They go on and on about how the city of Ferguson has failed to sufficiently supervise and all this shit.
Now you're picking on Ferguson.
Yeah, they're picking on Ferguson for sure.
And it's funny when you first start reading that they actually mention Ferguson, Missouri, and Michael Brown as if they two have anything to do with each other.
The damages sustained by plaintiff were caused by the acquiescence of policymaking municipal officials in this pattern of unconstitutional conduct by law enforcement personnel of the city. Yeah.
That's funny. So, yeah, I really believe that there was no forcible rape going on here, but you probably can't.
One way to read the situation.
What do you think? I mean,
I hate to blame the victim. I hate to.
Not blaming the victim.
Yeah, you are.
No, not really.
Yeah, you are.
No,
squarely.
I don't think he's
squarely.
He's not blaming
He's
her.
blaming her. He's saying.
not.
No, I am not blaming
How
him.
can I get out of here?
I think
suck your dick.
He's saying that he just thinks that a deal
she
was
made a deal. She made a deal. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's
not-
right or wrong. It's wrong because it's a
Yeah, you're
county
not
jail.
blaming her in the sense that she wanted the rape, but you're
Yes.
saying she didn't get raped.
Exactly. Thank you. There was no rape.
It's
He should
almost
get
worse.
He should probably get a ticket, $50 at least.
Your assumption is almost worse than blaming the victim? I don't know. It's close.
Maybe. I think that this is a misdemeanor infraction. He should probably get suspended with pay for a week. He should go home and think about what he's done. Right?
Dude, if I were a girl, I would do the same thing.
Would you?
I can make the deal.
You'd be the biggest whore. Oh,
Yeah.
you'd be such a slutty.
Make the deal. Fuck it. Get out of jail.
Yeah,
She's
when
pregnant. She can't get pregnant again.
He would be the grossest girl, wouldn't he?
He would. He'd be such a skank. Oh, your vagine would reek. Your vagine would reek.
By the way, man, Anthony writes in, dudes, please tell me that Big E sheep thing was a bit.
No.
Okay, he's referring to when Big E declared
No.
it would be worse to punch a sheep than to
rape
have,
it.
No,
than to
this
have
is-
sexual
Let me just
congress
real quick.
with said sheep.
Let me just say something real fast before you jump. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a bit either. All I was saying is, in my mind, as far as an animal rights thing, the concept of walking and punching a sheep in the face, the sheep, Jay.
There's zero chance the sheep will enjoy this.
Right.
Zero. Let me tell you that.
But he might enjoy
No,
it.
that's my no.
Yes, there's a chance.
Dude,
You can't
listen,
say you're
you
not in the
can't
sheep's mind,
say-
but you know a sheep would hate being punched in the
cannot
nose.
Here's the thing,
that.
dude. Have you
Do
ever?
sheep have noses?
You know what I do know, Jay?
Yeah.
I know he's not going to want to get punched in the face. You cannot say he would not enjoy
I
it.
absolutely. Hold on. We have to stop saying he.
Okay,
Okay,
sheep,
I
sorry.
believe this is 99% sure this is going to be a chick sheep. Okay.
I think anybody willing to rape a sheep is not checking underneath the genitals to see
No,
which
I
it is.
think these dudes are banging vagines.
I think they're thinking a hole's a hole.
Maybe. But here's the thing. In nature, how many times you see the female trying to get away and the male is just out of instinct just wanting to put it in there and
Yeah.
get it done.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
And and that is why the
It's like
male
this-
and that is why the male lion has a barbed penis. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Yes.
Actually has barbs on the penis so that once it's in, the lioness
Really?
is unable to escape.
I didn't even know that. I did not
It's
know
for
that.
rape purposes.
My point is, dude.
Evolution has given them a rape weapon
My point
on
is,
their person.
other than humans, I don't think there's many female animals
Dolphins.
that
It's
actually
actually-
enjoy this.
It's only, I
Dolphins.
believe it's actually only humans and dolphins that have sex for pleasure. I think that's what
Gorillas
I've heard.
would too.
No, I think I've heard that before.
Okay, then where do you get your sheep logic then? There's
Well,
zero chance she would enjoy it.
No,
I
I don't
understand what
think-
he's saying. If you're a sheep, Jay, and I give you these two options, I say, listen, dude,
Punch in the face. Punch me in the nose.
I'm going to punch you in the face really hard, or this could be somewhat enjoyable. We're going to have sexual relations. Your choice. Go.
Punch me in the face.
I
Really?
disagree.
You're going to just let me wallop
There's
you in
no
the face?
sheep that would agree. That would.
Well, what if you put that into a girl perspective?
There's a lot of women who would rather be punched in the nose than have you from behind, dude. A lot,
That may be true. That might be true.
guaranteed.
Look at the sheep.
Well-
They do it doggy style. Who knew?
All I'm going to say, the point is, it was not a bit. I still stand by my opinion.
None of what we do is a
Let me,
bit. By the
I'm
way.
going to
I've
be
never
very,
done
very
bit.
clear about this. There is nothing about E ever before or now, currently, or in the future that is a bit. And people, I love the reaction of people who meet him at
Yeah.
these lunches. I hear it all the time from people going, "Oh my God, dude, he's not a bit about
Yeah,
E.
I
He
don't-
just spits whatever comes to his mind. He just says Yes.
I wouldn't.
Fosse.
Well, no.
He
Well,
is a
whatever. Maybe I am, but I would. I mean, of course, there's a few times once in a while you say something as a joke, but for the most part, I would never say something just to be funny because I thought it would be. If I say it because I think it's funny.
Look at the lion there, and the lion is
The
just
barbed
like,
penis.
whatever,
Is in there. Yeah,
whatever.
Exactly.
Look at that.
There's the barbed penis. Thank you.
you.
See that? And that is because the female wants to get the hell out of there.
Well, whatever. I stand by my.
Look at he's sheathed.
Yeah.
Call him sheathed.
Yeah.
Look at it. He looks like he's got 4 nuts.
It does kind of.
He kind of has a
And then out
human-looking
comes
penis.
the red thing.
Yeah, the red whistle. Look at that. Boy,
Yeah.
oh boy, there's a lot of barbs on that.
Yeah.
And veins.
Gross, man.
Look at all those barbs. That would hurt. You would
It's
not
like
want
he's
to.
circed.
You would not want to blow a fucking lion, right?
Correct.
Is that a fair statement?
Doesn't it look like he's circed though?
It does. You wouldn't even
Cut
want to give
head.
a lion a hand job.
Not
No.
with those
No,
barbs.
No. So does the vagine have a pocket in it that? Because you would think every time it'd be like, oh, this is great. Oh, this sucks. Oh, this is great. Oh, this sucks. Oh, this is great. Oh, this
Yeah,
sucks.
I think he's. Yeah.
Look at
That-
him.
That must really hurt her. I don't.
Look at him driving it home.
Look at her. She's pissed, man.
Yeah, she wants away, but she knows the barbs are there. So what? When he relaxes, the barbs go away?
Yeah, I think once you go flaccid,
Have you ever seen like turtles having sex? It's fucking hilarious.
I guarantee the female didn't enjoy it.
Well, whatever.
That's how it is, dude. You're just
Better than a
100%
punch
wrong.
in the face. Better than a punch.
No,
in the
it's
face.
not. It's not.
I don't know. I'd
There's
like
some-
to ask one. I'd like to interview one. I'd like to interview one, and you don't know. Maybe there's a horse sheep out there that's like, no, I'd rather take it from behind than get punched in the nose. I'll be honest with you. That sucks.
And the guy wasn't gonna be like one punch. I was gonna be beating up a sheep. He was gonna
Yeah.
be cruelty beating him up.
So Anthony says, I've listened to that part of number 223 about 10 times and laughed just as hard each time. Just the inflection in Jay's voice is priceless. I know the kid is a little fucked up, but god damn it. Was there too much chlorine in the gene pool he came from? Keep up the great work. Eat a bag of stalks. I think that one perplexed some people, E.
I think there's something in every show that perplexes people about E, and your reaction is always priceless.
Well, it's just hard to
Oh.
believe. It's hard to believe this guy.
So you want the good news or the bad news?
Good news.
The good news, there's a wedding to prepare for.
Ooh.
Yeah, nuptials.
Yes.
Romantic?
Happy times,
Is this-
happy times. Unfortunately, the bad news is this girl is marrying Charles Manson.
What an absolute nightmare for a family.
Yeah.
I mean, really. Like, can you think of anywhere one on the earth, you know? Like,
That would
it'd be
suck.
more embarrassing and gross and just nasty.
And I don't know what this says, but he's 80 years old now or 79 years old. She's 26 and hot.
I know.
She's not hot.
Well, for him in jail,
She's good looking, dude. She's cute.
No, she's not.
she looks like she
Guys, you're
absolutely,
really picky.
dude. She's pretty plain.
No,
I
this
mean,
is just like that one toy where Jay's like, oh, look at her belly a little bit. Like, you're really picky. Dude,
What are you talking about? You're Mr. You know, I won't look at any. You know, I won't even think about a chick unless she's hot. Blah, blah, blah.
She's cute, man. You don't
she's
think
very
so?
Sharon Tate-ish. She looks like one of his followers.
Go back.
Okay, that
Not hot.
That picture
Not
was great,
hot.
but
Yeah,
go up one more. Go
no
up
one's
a
not
little
as
bit.
hot.
She's not. Sharon
Yeah.
Tate.
Oh.
Sharon Tate was a
Ooh.
movie.
Sharon
star,
Tate was
dude.
hot, but the other girls that were in his
In
little
his-
follower
Yeah,
cult,
they look like. Yeah,
they look
his
like
type.
her.
That was a horrible picture. The one with
She's
the-
awful.
This one's a bad picture.
For a guy who's 80 years old and in jail and not getting out, that's not bad.
I agree with that.
Look at, she's got that same like straight hair, no makeup kind of
Mm-hmm.
follower look. It's like a cult thing.
Not hot. E.
I
Look
didn't-
at. Oh!
Oh,
God damn it! Red X carved in her forehead, bald.
Why didn't she go?
Not hot.
That's not hot there.
If you're gonna go for it, why wouldn't you do the swastika? Why would
Right.
you put an X on your foot? He didn't have an
Look at
X on his
E.
forehead.
Really hot? Come on, man. I mean, you can say, look, for an 80-year-old
cute.
guy that get a 20. Okay.
She's cute in this
No.
picture right here. I think she's cute. I think there's pictures where she's cute in.
I think so too. Look at him standing there with her. Her dad thinks that he's got Napoleon complex.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they haven't set a date yet. They applied for their marriage license.
How long have they been courting?
Dude, she moved out to California when she was 18.
Courting.
At 18, she's been running like his websites, his like free
God.
Charlie Manson websites. Phil Burton is her dad. He remembers his daughter as being very matter of fact over the phone one day. Daddy, I'm getting married. Can't you just hardly wait for that call from your daughter? Daddy, I'm getting married.
Nightmare.
Oh, can you imagine what a nightmare that would be? It's like, yes, good news and bad. I'm getting married to a murderer, convicted 7-time murderer.
Charlie Manson, the most infamous.
Yeah, murderer. One of them
still out there, still incarcerated. Wouldn't you say? I mean, he's
he's convicted of 7 murders. And he's been denied 12 times.
Yeah.
For getting out. He wasn't surprised. He had long seen the writing on the wall. He knew there would be no need to place an announcement in the local paper because his daughter's fiancé is one of the most infamous convicted killers of all time. Yeah.
Gross.
Look at Manson signing autographs with the swastika. What an asswipe. Her name is Star. It's not her real name, but she goes by Star. Said she began writing to Manson without her parents knowing it when she was in her teens after her friend started writing a bio about the killer for a school project. The dad says they're not going to go to, and we never will, no matter what she does in her life, disown our daughter. But it says they're not going to go to the wedding either. I don't know what kind of wedding that would be, those jailhouse things. I thought the only reason to do the jailhouse thing was so you could get the conjugal visits, but they say no, that she won't be able
They'll
to.
never have Congress?
I guess not. That's what they said. But they actually they say they've never done anything more than like stand next to each other, but these pictures say differently. I don't know. Who knows? We read that one story about jail sex, and it's like even when there's no conjugal visits, it's like guys just go behind the Pepsi machine.
Remember
and
that?
fuck.
Yeah, the Pepsi machine.
Knock that chick up. They named her Pepsi.
Oh God,
You
forgot
imagine?
about that.
How did your parents come up with the name Pepsi? Well, you're stuck telling that story for your whole life. Well, my dad fucked my mom in the jail behind a Pepsi machine. In 8 seconds, he busted a nut, and I was born 9 months later.
Change that name eventually, I guess.
I love my kids more than life itself. I love my daughter. My wife loves my daughter, and I know she still loves us. Let's be honest here. I can't lie to you. Yes, there's a big hole in my heart because she's not here, but it's not because of where she's at or what she's doing. He says he's got Napoleon syndrome, though Manson is not a tall man. Perhaps he's made up for that by becoming this big personality. She's 26 years old. Dude, even Charlie Manson in prison is getting more Congress than Big E.
No,
this
he's
point.
not going to get it. But
Well,
yeah.
I would argue that he still is.
What a moron, though. Like, you're in your 20s. You're fucking 20s. You're
54 years older.
Yeah. What's in it for her?
Nothing.
So you don't think she's living life to the fullest, E?
No, she's ruining her 20s, man. Like, this is when well, I guess it doesn't really matter. She can be married to him all she wants. I guess she can still go out to do whatever she wants, but in jail.
Total loser.
Don't you think that she likes the fact that she's on every newspaper right now?
Yes.
Isn't that what this is really about?
Gotta be it. There has to be something like that. Her parents, I saw her parents interviewed on like Inside Edition and stuff, and they come off as real normal. I'm sure you never know how that goes, but there has to be something here. Whether she just wants to be, like you said, in the news or something. I don't freaking buy for a second that she's in love with this guy and he's her soulmate. I don't.
No, he's
soulmate.
It's so
Stop
bizarre.
it.
You listen to him talk for a minute, and you're just like,
nut job.
Dude's off his rocker.
Yeah. And he'll never get out of jail either. I fear that he'd be a cult hero, though. That he'd be a hero if he got out of jail.
He would.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, pop culture, I mean, you see Charlie Manson T-shirts now. GNR recorded a song of his. I mean, I think there's no doubt about it that he'd get out and he'd be a millionaire overnight.
Oh, yeah.
Probably right.
Yeah. By the way, did you see this attack at this synagogue?
Yeah, man.
What the fuck, man? What
People
is this?
in there praying and
yeah,
just running with
hatchets
and guns, right?
Axes, knives, and guns. Have you seen the pictures from that?
No, don't pull them up,
dude.
Timko.
The news loves doing this now. Disturbing images here. We want to warn our viewers that we've got disturbing images. Dude, these ones actually were. Usually they blur shit out. This is like you can tell that some horrific shit went down and bodies were just dragged across hallways, hallways in a school,
Yeah,
like you would
just
see,
blood smeared
and it's
everywhere.
just a 1.5 foot wide streak of thick blood all the way down the hall.
Ugh.
Fucking crazy, dude. Crazy, and this cop
3
that was talking about,
Americans, right?
yeah, and a British rabbi, and then one of the cops was shot in the face at point blank range before cops took the 2 assholes who were cousins down. But these guys went during the morning prayer and just wanted to kill as many people as they could and just started fucking shooting and hatcheting people in prayer. It's just insane. And now they're claiming that that this is in response to a Palestinian bus driver.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
This
though.
is
the guy
total
committed
bullshit.
suicide.
Well,
He's found hung in his bus.
yeah. And they claim, well, there was some blood on his back, or we thought there was blood on his back and some bruising, meaning that someone killed him. There were 2 autopsies done on him, or when the autopsy was done on him, they had a Palestinian official there that was like, yeah, it was ruled a suicide, until he went back to his village and then changed his story. But the initial report was this is a suicide.
Yeah.
But it's being used as ammunition to like, oh yeah, it's retaliation for this. And then you've got the Palestinian officials who are praising this act.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, man.
I saw some picture. They're like handing out candy to the kids.
Yeah.
Celebrating.
Yep. Palestinian authorities praised the martyr attacks on their webpage, their official webpage. The Mahmoud Abbas, the president, praised a guy who ran over a 3-month-old recently. Yeah, and as you said, they're handing out candy to neighborhood kids, and it's just incredible. So yeah, 3 Americans and one of them with ties to Detroit.
Really?
Yeah. 4 killed in a brutal synagogue attack in Jerusalem. 2 Palestinians armed with knives and a gun ran into the synagogue, attacked worshipers during morning prayers. The Americans were all dual American-Israeli citizens. The 4th was a British national. Yeah, so one guy went to Israel in '82 and never came back. He got killed in the same place he prayed every day for years. When you live there, you don't think it's going to happen in your neighborhood. So according to one of his cousins, he'd remarried and had 9 children, 5 grandchildren. Yeah, it's just it's incredible, but it shows that. I mean, what do you like?
Yeah,
This is just the way of it, man. I mean,
Can't stop somebody who's willing to, go to those
religion.
ends.
God damn it! All these murders in the name of religion. It's so infuriating. No offense.
Not my religion.
I know, but is it yours?
No, shut up,
Seems
man.
to be a
no.
pattern with what religion this involves.
What would that
but-
be? I don't know what you're talking about, Jay. I don't follow the whole religion thing very much. I mean, the spaghetti monster and I get along, but do you find that funny?
Spaghetti Monster?
Yeah.
No, it's pretty.
Silly?
Well, it's just insulting,
Satirical. Nah, don't be insulted. No, it has nothing to do with yours. You can still worship yours.
Yeah.
You have a silly religion, and I have a silly religion, right?
No, it's just
that's all
like
it
you
says.
saying, oh, you believe in Santa, whatever.
Santa in the sky, not Santa. I believe in Santa. Santa in the sky. Righty?
Fuck
Wow.
You. Fuck you.
Can it say fuck you to me, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Santa in the sky?
Yeah.
No,
Santa in the
it's
sky.
not the same thing.
Look at there's my God. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Eternal damnation, that's all you're risking, so
Yep.
roll the dice, my friend.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Well, what's the difference? You're still living. See, I guess if you don't care, I still don't get the point of if people don't care, why not just do it? Why even live your life by any rules? Who cares then? If there's
Why?
Why
What?
would you care?
Why would I care to not slaughter innocent people
I guess.
in the name of something like religion? I mean, it sounds.
No, you're saying why wouldn't you just go nuts and do whatever you
Yeah.
want? Yeah, I mean,
Why-
moral relativism, that's what a lot of people do, actually. They just live by their own moral code. And
Yeah. Treat others as you would like to be treated.
well,
Simple.
that's one way to do it, but a lot of people don't subscribe
Adhere to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're killing people in the name of the Lord God in all countries of the world. They are.
Yeah.
They are, E. You can't
know.
deny that.
I
They're
know.
slaughtering millions of people
But you know
throughout
what?
history,
Yeah.
all in the name of a book that humans wrote.
I know, but
And you
can't-
want to listen to every word of it. I mean,
that's whoa. That's
what do you mean?
ridiculous. No,
Whoa.
No, dude, it doesn't matter what people did in the past. It matters what, it doesn't. I don't have anything to do with what happened in the 1500s. You know, where people, there's a lot of dumb shit that happened back then, I guess. I don't know.
I know, all in the name of religion.
I guess. I mean, it's
So
not
people
the
don't
religion.
kill people unless it has to do with religion.
Well,
according to
in
Mike.
mass like this, it seems like it's killing in the name of. It is. It's going on all the time, and it's all in the name of some god. And it's like, dude, what the fuck?
Dude, I
This
agree.
is crazy.
I don't
It's
agree.
madness
Mike
going
just
on in
wants
the world.
peace. Just get
I
rid of
don't-
religion. He just wants peace.
Thank you.
man.
I don't
Yes.
agree with that. I don't agree with the killing.
That's
I
what
just,
Mike really wants. It's just peace.
I just want
man.
peace
Give
on
peace
Earth.
a chance.
That's it. Yeah.
all he
Simple.
wants.
Finally, Jace figured me out. Well, we got a former porn star. She practices at my religion. She was allowed to wear a colander as a hat.
I know, ridiculous.
Spaghetti strainer.
How
Hilarious.
Ridiculous.
So her name's Jessica Steinhauser. She's also known as Asia Limon and Asia Carrera,
And
an
just get all these
atheist,
names.
and member of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
AKA.
She's the fourth person in the U.S. to be allowed to wear the pasta strainer as an official photo, and the first in Utah. Church members have no official hoops to jump through to join. Yeah, anybody's welcome. The director of Utah's driver's license division said about a dozen Pastafarians have had their state driver's license photos taken with a similar colander or pasta strainer on their heads in recent years. So why did they say only 4 of them in Utah? Well, whatever.
I thought they said that was the first in Utah.
That's what it said, yeah. And then this chick says well, there's been 12 or so with similar pasta strainers on their heads in recent years. So
Gotta be out of Utah then.
Well, that's awesome. She's proving such a strong point. I mean,
I know, I agree. Finally, we
way to
agree. on
go,
something.
Asia.
Well, what?
You know?
What is the belief of
No,
the spaghetti monster?
They just want to be assholes and be like, you know, look how foolish
That's
religion
insulting to my religion, Jay.
What's your religion about?
Don't you worry about it. You've got yours and I've got mine.
You don't have to explain it. What it involves.
is.
No,
Wear
it's none of your
colanders on
business.
their head.
It's none of your business. Why don't you explain
I did.
the
we
Quran
have.
to me?
I'm not.
Do you know every religion out there? No, you don't.
No, I'm not. But you're not saying
It's
you're.
not important.
No, he
Explain
doesn't
the Quran.
subscribe
But
to
you're
that,
saying
though.
you subscribe
He
to
doesn't
religion.
subscribe to mine either, so I'm not going to waste my time and explain it to him. It's none of your business.
That doesn't make any sense.
None of your business, E. I'm going to get my license photo taken. I need a new license photo.
I'd be fine with that actually, but
The Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster came out of a satirical open letter by this guy Henderson. I think Steve Henderson.
Smarter than everybody else, I guess.
Yeah, right. Exactly. They always are. He wrote it in 2005, protesting the Kansas State Board of Education's decision to allow teaching intelligent design as an alternative to evolution in schools. That's where it started. His starting a belief that whenever scientists carbon date an object, there is a supernatural creator closely resembling spaghetti and meatballs, modifying the data with his noodly appendage. That's funny. It's satirical. It's funny. God, don't be so serious, everybody. Relax. You can still go to your heaven. Don't worry, E. I'm not going to take that from you.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
And unlike your religion, we are not anti-religion at ours. Everybody's religion is fine. Everybody can do what they want to do. We're not anti-crazy nonsense done in the name of religion. That's my thing. I am anti-crazy shit done in the name of religion.
So am I.
That's my argument.
So am I.
There's a big difference. Our ideal is to scrutinize ideas and actions but ignore general labels. She called her actions surprisingly really, really easy. They were like, yeah, whatever. You want to wear a fucking strainer on your head? Fine, as long as we can see your face. You guys get so incensed about this whole
What?
religion thing.
You
do.
Yeah, it's easy. Dude, never mind. No,
There's supposed to be no opposition. No
That's not what I'm
opposition.
saying, but-
Jesus Christ had nothing but opposition.
That's not what I'm
He
saying.
seemed to do okay. He came back from the dead.
That's not what I'm.
What?
It's just done in such a disrespectful way.
Everything I do is done in a disrespectful way. Have you not figured that out yet? Everything about me is disrespectful.
That's what
That's kind of
bothers
the point. That's all right. Don't take it so seriously.
I'm not taking it as seriously.
Yes,
as
you
I-
are. You just told me to fuck off.
Well, because of what you said, the concept that it's a Santa Claus in the sky, that's
What
ridiculous.
stings you guys? The Santa Claus in the sky thing. Why did?
Because it's like my whole life, I guess. I don't
Really?
know.
Everything about you is almost screams anti-religion, except that you believe. Nothing about you is anything remarkable.
No,
It's
that's not true.
remarkable
That's not
how
true.
unreligious you are. Do you
That's
go to
not
church
true.
every week?
That's not true.
Or do you just go on Christmas with the family at midnight
literally,
mass?
Literally, probably. Other than obviously massive amounts of sins that I do every day, I guess.
Yeah, right.
But dude, I mean, other than the main sins of what would you consider a high level, like other than sex? No, sex before marriage.
Oh, so you're the judge
no.
now about what is in God's eyes
Sex before
a
marriage
sin.
is. Yeah, I guess other than sex before marriage, drinking is not against the. I mean, well, gluttony
No,
is.
kidding
but-
me? Jesus turned wine for the masses and fishes into
You know
food
what?
for everybody,
I'm not
right?
a perfect person, man. Nobody is.
He
so.
sort of knows that story.
I'm
Turned wine into the masses. Water into wine.
That's
water into wine. Thank you, Jay.
That's
That's what I
Fish
meant.
out of loaves of bread.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I meant. What he said.
the thing is, though, we're
He
not.
took. What did he
perfect
do? He took
people,
like
though.
3 fish and some loaves, and he made it into.
Yeah.
He
Right.
fed the masses.
Right.
That's where the masses came.
Right.
You
I
had
was
that sort of-
close. I was close.
Not a perfect person, my man, dude. That you're right.
No,
I guess.
don't fall back on that. Don't act like a religious guy and then act like a shithead every day of your life and go, well, no, not perfect.
I don't.
Not perfect. You don't do anything in your life to lead a religious type of life that anyone would take seriously, especially the guy upstairs who's aware of every fucking thing you do and
Totally
knows your
disagree.
transgressions that you don't learn from
I guess
and
I
you
disagree.
repeat over and over and over.
I disagree.
No. What do you mean you disagree? You can't disagree with that. It's a fact.
I don't.
If you walk in, you swear, you take the Lord's name in vain, you have unprotected sex out of wedlock, you do all these things over and over and over again with not a care in the world. Without a care in the world. And then you try to lean on the fact that, well, not perfect, hardly perfect.
Well, he can have core beliefs. I think what he's saying is he has a core belief.
Don't you defend him, counselor. God
I think
damn it.
I think that's what he's saying. He has a set of core beliefs. Does he live out to the fullest of what this religion would dictate?
Nice try,
no,
counselor.
he doesn't. He's a sinner. He recognizes it.
I actually do go to church, by the way. So just
How often?
I go. I stopped going when I was at Tim Hortons because I couldn't again. But I started going with my friend recently over the
Chubbs?
summer. No, recently over the summer. I probably go a few times a month now.
Really?
Yeah. I went in Mackinac when I was at Mackinac for Labor Day. They do a Sunday thing at our campground, and I went there voluntarily on a
Yeah.
Sunday morning. I mean,
All right. Sorry, I didn't realize what a holy person you were.
I was
I take it back.
I was gonna bring up the chick in the Mackinac bar, but
Yeah.
No,
that was
there's a lot
that was at a different trip.
a lot of shit I've done bad, dude.
You talked about your feelings about sheep.
I did not say I wanted to have sex with a sheep. I was just
Did you go confess your sins? Do you do that whole thing?
not Catholic.
No, what are you?
Not
Non-denominational.
denominational.
What does that mean?
I'm just
It means
Christian.
you're
Cop
not
out.
Lutheran, you're not Baptist. There's a lot of non-denominational
Christian.
churches.
All right.
I chose to get baptized, man. At like freaking 23 or so. I mean, my parents didn't even baptize. I made the decision to get baptized myself on my own decision. I mean,
Well, that'll save your soul.
it actually will.
I feel bad. I feel bad for insulting Jay because I feel like Jay's a pretty decent
Oh,
dude, pillar of the
Okay.
community.
okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I seriously, but honestly, come on, you can't walk through life acting like a shithead and then act like, well, I'm very religious. It doesn't.
I don't
flow,
think he's
dude.
saying that he lives a religious life. I think he's saying that he has a set of core beliefs.
And
And that-
dude,
and
it
that-
doesn't matter all that other shit for one, by the way. The fact that doesn't stop me from still believing that there's a creator and that there's a higher being and that he.
Right.
I mean, that has nothing to do with the
Okay.
stuff you're talking about.
All right. I stand corrected. I'm wrong.
Whatever. We move on. I'm
Yes,
sure
we
people
can.
love this right now.
Why don't we go on to Bill Cosby?
There we go. Lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Some rape.
Alleged.
Oh, alleged.
No, there's nothing alleged about it. I mean, he settled that case. I mean, I guess you could technically call it alleged, but I found it
settle
interesting.
a case without having engaged in said conduct. I mean,
Well,
you settle a case to shut people up and get rid of it and be done with it.
yes, but his lawyer made a comment yesterday that was that said something like, "These allegations are decades old and have been disproven or discredited years ago, and all of a sudden today he's got to take that back a little bit." Because he's not allowed to talk about that case that was settled in 2006 with that
Really?
chick that was paid off. So it's like, well, they were all discredited except for that one back in 2006, which we're not allowed to talk about
Oh,
in a nutshell.
I
So,
see.
yeah. He still hasn't commented on the allegations of rape that have resurfaced against him, but his lawyer
That
did
doesn't
clarify.
Hold on. That doesn't mean, though, that they're admitting in any way. All it means is the other lawyer on that case called his ass up and said, don't you dare say a word about that. We
Yeah.
agreed that nothing would be said other than that the parties amicably settled this case.
Yeah.
That's and so that's all that is. I wouldn't read into that like, oh shit, you know.
Well, when 13 women are coming
Dude,
forward,
look, I know.
it screamed. And then if you are going to be accused, at least, oh, we got a hockey fight. Nice. Yeah, Detroit. As we record, Detroit's up 4-0.
Brendan Smith.
Yeah. But if you're going to be accused of rape at some point in your career, you probably shouldn't have audio like this from one of your old specials floating around there from his album It's True, It's True
Oh, jeez.
in 69. Check it out.
When I was 13,
In
man,
69 too.
start talking about weird things. No, really. Stand on the corner. You know anything about Spanish fly? What? Spanish fly? It always happens when you're 13. Only when you're 13 on up to like when you get married. Guys stand around and talk about Spanish fly, and it never starts with one of the guys on the corner. It's always some strange 13-year-old that says, you know what? You know anything about Spanish fly? No, tell me about it. Well, there's this girl, Crazy Mary. You put some in her drink, man. She... Yeah, Spanish, oh yeah, that's really groovy, man. Spanish fly is groovy, yeah. From then on, man, anytime you see a girl, what's your Spanish fly? Go to a party, see 5 girls standing alone. Boy, if I had a whole jug of Spanish fly, I'd light that corner up over there. So I thought it only existed in Philadelphia, you know, and I'm working on I Spy, and Bob and I are working together. Sheldon Leonard comes up, says, boys, I Spy is going to Spain. A childhood dream come true. I said to Bob, you know, because he don't know nothing about it. I said, hey, Bob, you know what I'm going to pick up when I'm in Spain? He said, Spanish fly. I said, wait a minute, man. How'd you know about it? He said, are you kidding? There's a girl in my neighborhood in Berkeley named Crazy Mary. We gave her some stuff. And every time he told me a story, I had heard it. Every time I told him a story, he had heard it. We all knew the same story. So I figured there's got to be a guy about 2,000 years old that looks 13 going around the world. You guys know anything about Spanish fly?
Is this funny?
For 69?
Yeah.
It's a rape joke.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
So Bob and I, man, we're just saying, go to get some Spanish fly. Spanish fly, love it, love it. And we're riding on the plane, Spanish fly, Spanish fly. And we're getting in and go through customs. This is the land of Spanish fly.
Not funny, not funny, not funny.
We get in the cab. Ryan, driver.
Just kind of weird.
I was ask this guy if he knows where we can get some Spanish fly. I said, you don't ask the cab driver. No, ask the cab driver. He may know, man. Driver, say, senor. Listen, you Spanish? Say, senor, you American? Yes. You come from America? Yes. You could tell me maybe you brought with you some American fly?
It's pretty fucking funny.
I was hoping there'd be a payoff.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, that's
He's
whole...
familiar with it.
Yeah, that's an entire 3-minute rape joke.
I know, dude.
See a group of 5 girls standing over there. Boy, I wish I had a whole jar of Spanish fly right now.
I know.
It's talking about spiking their drinks so you can rape them.
I know.
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea. Like
back then in 69, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything goes.
69.
Hey, remember, if you listen to the Detroit Cast and you're in the market for a new car, make a trip to Zott Ford and they will pay you $500 more on your trade-in when you tell them that the Detroit Cast sent you. Plus, you can go see Big E. Right, Big E? You going to be there? Did you pass your test?
I haven't got called yet, so I'm still waiting on that test, I guess.
Oh.
It's kind of tenuous.
Nana's urine?
No, it's my I'll do
Clean urine.
You better not come down with COPD, E. COPD, you know, that old folks
No.
disease that Nana might have.
But I don't know what that is.
That commercial that's running on everything. I'm LISA and I have COPD, all those old people.
No, what is it?
I don't know.
I don't
Sorry.
have cable. I don't know. Zott Ford has an award. Zott Ford has an award-winning service department as well. You can save 10% on your repairs too if you tell them that the Detroit Cast sent you. A fun, good-time dealer with the hottest sales staff in Oakland County. We've heard that.
Mhm.
Zott Ford and Holly, just off I-75. Go see them.
Yes, go see Biggie. We should also mention Nationwide Surplus, and then we'll go to we'll take a quick time out, and we'll come back and we'll talk fat asses. The Oxford, is it the Oxford Dictionary that's got the new names for 2014? Ugh.
One that we know well, however.
We do, yes. We'll get into that.
It's apropos.
Very good. And apropos is not one of the new words.
No.
Nationwide Surplus. Who wouldn't love a new iPad or MacBook Air to download the latest episode of the Detroit Cast? Well, Nationwide Surplus can set you up. They sell everything computer-related, from laptops, servers, PCs, to the latest Apple equipment. Check them out at nationwidesurplus.com, or you can just go to our website, detroitcast.com, and click on...
the EPS icon is over there.
Right,
Just click on that.
Preferred delivery method, the Detroit Cast. You'll see Nationwide Surplus up there, and you can click on that. They have amazing deals on everything computer-related, free shipping on hundreds of items. If you shop now, use the promo code PINKHAT.
Not Mike Hat.
No,
Pink Hat.
Pink Hat. You get an additional 10% off your purchase. And don't wait. Those iPad 3s, 32 gig, on sale for $269.99 will sell out quick. So if you're interested in a iPad like that, you want to go there quick. And we'll take a quick break and come back with more of the Detroit Cast next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey there, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zott Ford, the Ford dealership on I-75 at exit 98. It's November, which means it's not hot, but it's a great time to clear the lot. Get a new 2014 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4x4 XLT for $269 a month on a 24-month lease. Turn up your radio because you heard right. At Zott Ford, you can get a brand new F-150 for just $269 a month. Get the details and check out our massive inventory at ZottFord.com.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast, Wednesday edition of the Detroit Cast. What are you guys watching, the Wings?
Nice evening for the Wings last night. Not so nice for the Spartans.
Did the Spartans lose?
They were getting crushed last time we saw.
Yeah.
I was more
They
pointing out.
cannot beat Duke, man. What are they, 1-7 in their last 8 against Duke? What?
No, you're right. I was laughing. You're right. They can't be.
They always play these early season games.
Seems like they play Duke a lot.
Yeah.
Early season with Duke.
Well,
right?
they do a lot of that ACC Big Ten matchup stuff, and then
Yeah.
this is another special deal with Kansas and Kentucky, and they won their first big game last year out of the gate against number 1 Kentucky, then number 1.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But usually they play these early games, they get smoked or they lose by 8 or something. But it's kind of a learning building thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all right with it. And
Yeah, it doesn't matter. College basketball.
That's
honestly,
the beauty,
it's
dude.
fine.
The rankings mean dick.
Totally, and I like that about
Yeah.
college hoops.
Yeah, you can go play some tough teams and see some great matchups,
Yes.
and you don't have to worry about fuck, like this year with MSU Oregon, second game of the season, like
Season's over.
Season's basically over. Got to run the table now,
Yeah.
and
And
we
it
can
may
win
be-
the Big Ten title.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, you're
Right.
right, dude. You're right, dude. Because in
Sucks.
college basketball, you can have those. Because it doesn't matter.
And
more of
you
a
can still be the
process.
number 1 team in the country and not even be in the top 100 or top 62. Just get into the tournament.
Right,
Just get
exactly.
into the tournament, and anything can happen. I mean, look at Michigan State. Some of the years they've gone in as a, I don't even know, a 5 seed.
yeah,
Um,
they're always a team nobody wants to
An
see.
8 seed,
in
and
the third game. It's
yeah,
like, ugh.
nobody wants to see them. I mean, they're just one of those teams that, for whatever reason, saves their best for last, and that's really all that matters. I mean, nobody can deny those runs Michigan State had,
Mhm.
and still having.
It's just a little bit painful at the beginning of each season when you lay an egg like that, and you're always thinking recruiting, and
Yeah,
these guys.
I
are
don't
so
think they'll
fickle.
ever have a trouble with recruiting.
Yeah,
as
but
long as Izzo's there.
Particularly here, you've got 2 Duke players, 2 freshmen that Izzo really, really wanted, and
Oh,
put a
really?
ton of eggs in that basket, and they both spurned him.
Yeah. If you
So-
can go to Duke, though, I mean, can you fault a kid
Right,
going
no,
to Duke?
he was up against Duke and Kansas and Kentucky on a lot of big guys the last couple of
I mean,
years.
and I could see being upset. Well, at Kansas, like they're great programs, but the university itself, like Duke, how do you compete with Krzyzewski and Duke?
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, that's a tough sell, man. But yeah,
a lot of those guys are one and done though, so it's you really
That is the
So
one
it's-
thing. Yeah, Izzo
yeah.
tends to go after guys that are going to stay.
exactly sort
Yeah.
of a different business model for different schools. Like Calipari's like, yeah, I'll take them all. Every
Yeah.
one and done guy, just every year we'll reload with those. That's fine.
yeah,
He's
and I
doing
agree
great.
with him.
He's doing great.
Why
Yeah.
not? You're right. There's no reason not to do it like that in a sense.
Yeah.
I personally like, even though I don't like State, I like how Izzo does it better personally.
I like
but-
seeing guys kind of grow, like a Gavin Schilling this year. Will
Or
grow
Payne.
into something in a couple of years. So
Yeah. Well,
We'll see.
it's just comical how many people act like these college athletes, these one and dones. Like, yeah,
student
right.
athletes.
Student athletes, sure. It's just a
Can you
joke.
imagine what their academic year must be
Oh.
like? A Jabari Parker, just
Yeah.
knowing.
Especially
I'm just here.
basketball, man.
Yeah.
Football, yes, practice sucks, and but in a sense, your games are only on the weekends still. Like practice sucks, but
Basketball, you're all over the place
you're
all week long.
traveling.
Yeah.
You're Michigan, they're State. They're in what night? It's
They're in
tonight.
Indiana
And this
last
is
night. Yeah,
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Right. So they're in Indiana on Tuesday.
It's Wednesday.
They got class. Well, no. Well,
Wednesday.
last night was Tuesday, though.
Right.
Asshole. And last
You
night
said
was
what
Tomorrow's
night is
Thursday.
it? All right. Yeah.
no, but seriously, they got classes, right? I mean,
They do.
Do they not have classes today or tomorrow or last night?
Hey, do you guys get into the Oxford? Is it the dictionary? The Oxford Dictionary, right?
Yeah.
Which comes out with new names.
This caught my
new
eye.
words.
Well, last year.
I've noticed Webster's more than anything,
Yeah.
like every year going,
Yeah.
blogging is now in, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's contagious.
I hate this idea of
Just such a
inventing-
nice crutch.
No,
isn't
that's
it?
the thing. It's so
What?
easy when
Or
you
whatever.
Because when you
It's the perfect crutch.
when you end anything, it's just kind of like, yeah, do this or whatever. I don't know.
Problem is, you answered distinctly.
Yeah.
Who did you go out with yesterday? Well, I went with Chubbs or whatever. Like, no, you went with Chubbs. You know who you went with.
I know, you're right.
You
you're
do
right.
your whole whatever your point is falls apart when you throw
It
that
does.
I know.
whatever.
You're right. You're right.
Just all becomes mushy.
I don't mean to do it. I just say it. And you know what? It's gotten even. I think it has actually gotten worse with the knowledge of it. I think I wasn't as bad. You know what I'm saying? I think it's.
I think you dropped the all joking aside a little bit.
I have.
And you picked up on the or whatever.
Yeah.
But that or whatever is a dangerous one because if you use it in the wrong way,
I know.
it's like I don't like having sex with guys or whatever.
Or whatever.
So, well, so you do like having sex with guys
Some
sometimes.
gray area there.
There's a little bit of I'm not so sure. I don't like having sex with guys or whatever.
Well, I'm just gonna say, by the way, I don't like having sex with guys.
Or whatever.
No.
Guys.
Oh, so you like having sex with a guy but not guys.
Oh,
I got you.
shut
I understand what you're
up.
saying.
Shit.
No, I get it.
I don't
got
like
it.
having sex with males in any capacity. Males, guys,
Sheep.
guys that look like girls.
or
anything.
whatever.
Nope.
He wanted to say it.
Well, we've got the Oxford dictionaries. The Oxford dictionaries have come out with their word of the year. And they've got some subsequent words as well. But
Well, it's a
last year's,
new
right?
word, right? It's
it's
a word that they're adding.
You remember last year's, right?
which is stupid. We've got all the
No,
words
what was
we
last
need.
year's?
Selfie. That was
Oh,
last
that's
year's.
Ugh.
right.
See, I hate things like that. Selfie. Hashtag. What is a hashtag?
Knock that shit off.
Hashtag I think went in last year too.
Just a way
What
of-
is it?
What?
Dude,
Yes.
you're on Twitter?
No, I know
he's
what a
not.
hashtag is,
No,
but
he's
it's
not.
always been the pound sign.
Oh,
a
I
hashtag is
see
the
what
pound
you mean.
sign.
They just
What?
came up with something so they could group things together and put them in a group. I don't
No,
know
he's
why.
asking why is it not called
Oh.
pound?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Pound, knock that shit off.
Yeah.
Why hashtag? What is a hashtag?
Yeah, it's even longer to say hashtag.
Yeah.
That is weird. You're right. I don't know where that came from.
All I was asking. Well, the number one word, new word of the year is vape.
You should like that.
I do because at least that's a new word.
Yeah.
Like vaping or vape.
Yeah.
I mean, it talks with the e-cigarettes, but the ones I don't like are selfie. Selfie is not
I know. It's
It's
so
a-
dumb.
taking a picture of myself. A selfie.
Let me take a selfie.
Stupid. What are the some of the other ones? A bud tender.
I know.
So this is a guy at a marijuana dispensary. He's a bud tender. I'm a bud tender. No, you're not. You're an asshole selling weed. You're a weed dealer, not a bud tender. Stop it. Have you heard this one, which is not on their list? Oh, you want to go to Hooters? Let's go to Hooters. It's a restaurant.
Ah, nice.
No.
Yes, dude.
No.
Look up restaurant. It's a word.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you. Restaurant. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, restaurants are there.
Speaking of assholes, E's on this list. Did
No,
you
I'm
see
not.
this?
No, I'm
Is he
not.
contactless?
No,
No, I'm not.
Indie Ref?
no.
No. Indie Ref, by the way, is an abbreviation of Independence Referendum. Ugh. It's in regards to Scotland's vote, the yes/no vote. Normcore.
Yes. There's E.
E is Normcore.
No. Well, I may be, but I may
Please,
be, but I've been
Normcore,
doing
read
it
the
before.
definition.
I may be, but I did it before. It
You're
was
so
popular.
ordinary now.
I hate it. You're right. Though. I do.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not
So ordinary and predictable.
good. Okay, Normcore. I've never heard that, by the way. Have you?
I had never heard of this word either, by the way.
I mean, I knew he was doing this, but go ahead and read it.
So they could just name this the Fady.
Yeah.
It's a trend in which ordinary, unfashionable clothing is worn as a deliberate fashion statement. Oh, dude!
That is absolutely
That
E.
is douche chilling. That is so douchey.
Oh.
The Fady.
Son of a
The
bitch.
Fady. That is a Fady.
That is everything that
You're gonna have to do something
I
different
know.
now,
I
my
need
friend.
to change now. I need to
Oh.
literally throw all my freaking.
You're gonna have to
vests and-
conform, dude.
No, I won't do that. I'll find a different way, but I'll.
Oh my God! They
That
have
is
a
exactly
name.
what I do.
They have a name for what you do.
It's so popular now that they have a name.
Well, you can argue that I did it. I've done it, and now it's gotten
yeah.
into. No, I've been doing it for 10
So have
fucking
they.
years.
They've been
Yeah.
doing it so long they finally named it.
You know how long it takes to get something in there? I mean, vaping's been going on.
Since the 70s.
Yeah. So see how long it took that.
Well, I don't care what you guys say. I do this on my own thing.
I'm
I'm
so
not-
original. They have a word for me that
Normcore.
describes me in
Normcore.
particularity.
Oh,
I mean, like literally, this could be like Normcore hashtag or slash the Fady. A trend in which ordinary, unfashionable clothing is worn as a deliberate, literally dressed like a shithead.
I hate
Just
it.
how little I
Hot
care.
topic. Hot
How
You're
little-
a mall punk. You're a mall punky.
Oh, I hate
Spends
it.
hours in front of the mirror planning
I
it,
do not spend hours.
Planning
in front
it.
of
You
the
do.
mirror.
You admitted one
straightening
day.
his hair.
Yep.
Straightening your hair only takes a half an hour.
Your faux hawk. Is faux hawk on here?
Oh,
About 10 years ago.
Oh,
I hate this so much, dude.
But if you want to truly like buck the trends and not a devil may care attitude that you try to show, you need to just start wearing a suit every day.
I know, you're right.
That would buck the system. That would go against everything. If you came in dressed as K-Dog is dressed right now,
Sweater vest.
sweater vest.
Got the nice dress shirt underneath.
If you actually ironed your shirts, maybe had them pressed, wore a
Maybe-
suit and tie,
be
three-piece
You're
suit.
right, dude. I don't have the money for a three-piece suit right
It
now,
would,
but
it would work better for your whole pocket watch or monocle thing too.
I know, you're
He'd
right.
walk in with his jacket over his shoulder. Good day, gentlemen.
No,
Could you
you're
imagine
that?
that E with a briefcase?
I hate
like,
this, but you're
dude,
right.
Counselor.
Can you imagine if we gave him a makeover?
Oh,
No, I hate this, but he is right, though.
The manicure, the whole, the
Oh,
whole
yeah,
thing, the
shaved him.
haircut, the shave,
Not changing the
no,
hair.
new
Ooh.
glasses or contacts.
we could have a chick come in here and style you
I'm
E
not-
without cutting your hair. If
Okay.
she just put some mousse in it and whatever. If you were
I'm
going to be
get
a
it
prick
cut.
about
I'm
it.
gonna get it cut tomorrow, and it's gonna get back into more of the
More your mall mohawk.
yes.
Okay.
I don't care what this list says. I've never done anything. Never have I done anything to follow the trends. If
Normcore.
anything, I've tried that.
Normcore by definition.
Describes him to a T.
Yeah. Whatever you say, it doesn't matter. You are normcore by definition. The definition is you. It's you. Someone went into your house, looked in your closet, and went normcore. That's what we're calling it.
Oh my God, I hate
Normcore.
it.
Normcore.
I hate it.
Normcore.
I hate it so
Hashtag
much.
Normcore.
This is not even me.
Hot topic.
Ugh. 'Cause
Sorry.
No, this.
He's incensed. Look at him.
He should be.
I haven't seen him this mad since that one email.
This is
Yeah.
such
Or religion. Anytime you talk about religion,
This
he
is
gets all
such-
incensed too.
bullshit, dude. Because
It's not bullshit.
No, because
it
I have
defines you.
I know, but I have never looked at other people. I've always tried to do my own thing and decide. I just wear what I think is cool.
Sort
to
of like
me.
all those goth chicks, or the
Yes.
guys in high school who
Yes.
kind of dress that way. It's like, oh wow, what a coincidence! You're so alternative that you look just
Yeah.
like your buddy over there.
But you know what? I wear. Ugh. I have nice clothes too. I just don't wear them that often. I can dress up nice.
I don't think so.
Are you?
Hey,
Ordinary, unfashionable clothing is
that
blouse.
coat
worn
over there
as a
costs like
deliberate fashion
$200.
statement.
purple blouse, the tuxedo T-shirt.
That was nice, the purple blouse.
That coat over there is like $200. I don't know where
Well.
it went, but
What coat? You didn't wear a coat in.
yeah, I did. You didn't. It's here. It's on
so
the table.
expensive
over
looking. Someone took it. It's on the table.
Ordinary, unfashionable clothing is worn as a deliberate fashion statement.
there.
Ordinary,
God.
unfashionable clothing
Well, today.
worn as a fashion statement.
Oh, fucking. Not today, but
That stings. That stings, right? A little bit to the core.
I
A little bit.
really no, I am pissed, dude. Because like
That attacks
I
your
feel-
wheelhouse, dude. It kind of stings a
kinda
little
your
bit,
thing,
right?
man.
I've been doing it.
I mean, this
though.
defines you, literally and figuratively. It defines you.
You have to
It-
come up with a
dude,
new
when I do
thing.
comedy, like when I do comedy, I very specifically try to dress as stupid as I can every time.
I know
do
it's called
comedy.
normcoring.
I know.
I understand totally. The pink hat, all of it is normcoring.
Damn it.
Yeah, the guy that comes on right before you and after you, he does it too. We've seen it.
There's a whole generation of normcorers.
You're
Graduating
right. I
class.
got it. The minute I start making money, I agree. The minute I start making money, I have
Suit
to
and
change.
tie.
I'm gonna get a fucking suit. Like you said, I'm gonna get a a full on just
Tuxedo,
man, and wear it everywhere I go. I'll wear it fucking to Piston games, I guess, and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've got to do something different, I guess. This is now that I've became the main.
You lost your thing, man.
the mainstream.
That would suck to lose your thing.
Oh God, can you imagine if everything that you are
Jeez.
is just
Normcore.
normcore? Normcore.
I don't care. You know what? My
Oh my God, you
justification.
sound like a business. Hi, here at Normcore, we have very core beliefs and values. They all dress like E.
A vote for E is a vote for big business and conformity.
Oh, you asshole!
A vote for E is a vote for Normcore.
You asshole, dude. No, it's not. I don't care. You know what?
Vote for the man.
You just need to find yourself a nice little Nor whore to go with you. Norm whore
I
to
am
go with
not-
you. You could date a Norm whore.
Oh,
We'll have our little Normcore and Nor whore.
look at you, man.
You guys can go all
Look at
dress
me.
all
What?
trendy.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I am not for the man. I am fucking. I am.
Oh,
still,
no, you are.
I am still counterculture. That's fine. I don't.
No. There's nothing counterculture about you. You are
Actually-
you are literally the word norm is in your term.
It's the
Norm
definition.
core. The definition of everything you are is so mainstream and normal, middle of the road. It's not shocking to anybody. It doesn't. Nobody looks and goes, "Wow, look at that guy. He's really doing his own thing." No, it is the norm, literally.
I'll find
norm
a way.
core.
I'll find a way
Quite
to.
literally
I'll
been
find a
added
way
to
to
the
turn
dictionary.
it back into my.
It's the definition.
There's a you've been defined. Normal core, norm core.
Somebody
I'll
put
find
their
a way-
finger right on it.
I will find a way to bring my own style back and still be counterculture like I always was and always will be.
You have to add it to the holiday shirt.
Normcore.
Yeah.
Normcore. Oh, Big E, I'm sorry. That's gotta hurt today. That's
Take
gotta
your
be a
whole
tough
It's a
identity.
bummer. It's a bummer. It's
literally
a
his
setback.
whole identity.
Oh.
Poof. Normcore. Shit.
You know what? It's a setback. It's a bummer, but I'm still.
I will admit it's a setback.
No, this is a colossal haymaker, and you're done.
I will rise again.
I will
You're done.
I will find a way to get back to counterculture, and
You know what?
I'm
Just
like
wear.
I always have and always will be. I'm
Just-
always against the man, and I'm always counterculture.
You should just if you really want to be counter, just wear like a Speedo. That's your outfit now, a Speedo.
You and
Can't
your
do
big
that.
new corporate job. Assuming you pass the drug test.
I should. They didn't call me, but I should. I don't do pot or anything, so.
Well, I don't do pot.
Don't do pot. Very counterculture of you.
It is kind of counterculture, actually, because a lot of people, almost everyone smokes now, and I don't. So that is kind of counterculture.
You
Thank
see his screening coming back. That was like, we see traces of rabbit feces and you
Right.
know all kinds of goofy shit
Yeah,
in your
right.
Years
system.
ago?
Breast milk.
Yeah.
Breast milk, actually, but.
Normcore. Did you guys see the Lions were part of that DEA investigation?
Right.
This I don't know why this story seems like such a non-story to me. This idea of the DEA agents swarming teams' locker rooms and interviewing their medical personnel to see if they're properly distributing painkillers to players. Like
Controlled substances.
right, and they're trying to get them on a thing where.
They're outside their state and they're
Yes.
distributing. So
Well-
they're going to away teams, right? They had
Yes,
a bunch of
which is
away
why the
teams.
Lions got hit on Sunday in Arizona. The 49ers got hit in New York, and Seattle got hit. Where was Seattle at?
No idea.
And Tampa Bay got hit as well. So all these teams got hit where DEA agents went in and made this big show and interviewed doctors and all this shit. The Lions passed their test. There was nothing. They didn't find anything on any of these guys.
Wow.
But what would be the problem? Like doctors can prescribe. Like if you're in Detroit and you're a physician and you're covering and you're dealing with the Lions,
Right.
it's not like you travel with big bottles of Oxys and Vicodin. I mean, you just write them a script, and then they get their own script.
I think that's what they're looking for, though. The trainers and the training staff, whether they were carrying
Yeah.
shit that they shouldn't.
Which they used to do a lot of. I mean,
Sure.
I firsthand have talked to players that were like, yeah, you could literally go into training rooms and just be jars, mason jars filled with shit, and just kind of take a handful here and there. But these guys, their job is to get these players back on the field. I mean, what?
And the players want to get back on the field,
Of
too.
course they
it's
do.
on both ends.
How is it different than taking a shot? Those shots they take to get them back on the field are
Oh,
they're just
Masks it, yeah.
they're just painkillers. Your body's telling you something, and
It's
you're
like, how do they play through all that pain? Well, ask them after the game when that wears off.
yes,
the Monday
exactly.
morning, and they talk about waking up Monday morning,
Yeah,
you know. And,
because it masks it, it numbs it.
Yep.
They play through it.
They play for 4 hours and then they're sent home with a bottle of pills to get through it. I mean, it's funny to me. Football is a violent sport. It's a violent sport. It's not to make light of abuse and all that shit that's gone on that's hit really hard to the NFL, but it's kind of hard to, I would think, teach these guys to be monsters on the field. be monsters and then go home and shut that off. That's got to be incredibly difficult. And I know people love throwing the stats out there that, oh, we've got this guy, Ray Rice, and this guy, Greg Hardy, and blah, blah, blah. This guy hit his girl. But the stats just don't bear much weight to it. The general public is way more violent than NFL players are as far as their home lifestyle with their – why? I mean, it's just not this epic – and colossal scandal that everyone that it makes the headlines because nobody gives a shit if Normcore over here goes and knocks Normcore around. No one gives a shit about that. They care if it's Greg Hardy or Ray Rice. So it gives it bigger headlines. But yeah, this seems like a episode or a you're barking up the wrong tree, I guess.
Well, does all of that fall off of the whole? Is this off the tree of the concussion issue where this players, obviously went after, them for money for that, and then out of that came, well, look at what the league does. It requires us to play under these conditions, and when we're hurt, they mask it, and look at how rampant this shit is. And
that's your business. That's what you do. Like, nobody's going to say, Jay, for you to perform as a lawyer, you need to get back in there into the courtroom. And if the only thing that would get you back into the courtroom would be a handful of Vicodin, I mean, what do you like? Hey, I got to go to work. I mean, these guys.
But
guys
there's
are
laws,
essentially,
dude, and they're not above the law. Is the point of this whole thing, and that's why they're doing it.
Yes and no, but if your job required you to be in the equivalent of about 10 car accidents a day, you would get painkillers for that.
I don't doubt that there's a huge, percentage of these guys who rightfully so get prescribed this stuff. But I think the checks are being done because of the regulations about taking them across state lines and just making sure that they're abiding by the regulations that are there.
There are 1,000 former players, including members from every team, including the Lions, that sued the league in federal court earlier this year, claiming they were addicted to painkillers in part because training staff's illegally dispensing drugs. Well, they could dispense them legally, illegally. They would have been addicted to painkillers, period. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. It doesn't take long to get addicted to these things, and that seems like a side thing. Like you'd be like, well, if I just weren't prescribed them while I was on the road.
Yeah.
No, right. It doesn't work like that. And Brett Favre famously done. I did 40 Vicodins a day, but never on game day. Really? Really, Brett? Really? Because you would not have played on game day if you had a 40-day Vicodin habit and then took a day off. You don't take a day off on Vicodin. This is not the way it works. He would have been shitting himself all over the field. He would have felt like shit. It wouldn't have happened. So, I don't know what you want them to do. People want these gladiators on the field performing. Well, there's a way you get them on the field performing.
Dude, we've talked about the Tour de France and my love for that epic journey through the Alps and so forth. But a part of me just wants them to open it up to doping and just be like, whatever. Let the most crazy human being who wants to inject whatever in their body win. Just let it go.
Is it crazy that I agree with that? It's like whatever they got to do, whatever. Yeah. Just perform on game day. Like, okay.
Yeah, I want to see the most epic performance I can see, and if they go in eyes open, hey, look, the repercussions of this are bad.
Yeah.
But you're being paid this money. Do you want to do it? I mean,
and they would all do it.
I know.
They would all still do it. It's like, listen.
But don't we, Mike, as a society, have a duty?
No. Do you want to see subpar football on the field? No.
God
I want to see
the
best football I can, and if that means an injection for you, then so be it. You're making millions of dollars.
Do we want to see subpar football?
No.
Hey, you know what, though?
Do you want to see a slow fucking Tour de France? No.
Absolutely
And
not.
if nobody wanted to do it, if it wasn't worth it to them, then people wouldn't do it, and people would stop playing it.
Yes.
But they will do it because they'll take the money. A lot of people, these guys, they'll take $20 million for 5 years and say, fuck it, I want a good life for 5 years.
When was the last time you saw an NFL player at 100 years old? They just don't. They die at 50. I mean, they just do. You see.
But that's part of the problem. All this is falling out.
Yes. When you get in 10 car accidents a day, the equivalent of, your body's going to not hold up. But that's why they make the money they make.
Totally.
It comes risk and reward. I mean, there's people who won't that pull themselves out of those sports because of the dangers of it.
Yeah, this notion that they're not aware of this danger is like, So
take a look at Earl Campbell and tell me how life's treating him.
Are you kidding?
And there are tons of players. I mean, the stats are what they are. Human lives do not exist past 60 for a lot of these guys. Wrestlers are the same way.
Oh yeah.
And they do what they can to get back on the field. And I don't know how would you, if you've got a team, have you ever thought like, I mean, they talk about it when you watch a game. It's like, well, you got a shot at halftime in the locker room. Have you ever gone, well, that's inappropriate? I mean, what if he gets addicted to that shot?
I'm looking out for the well-being of John Smith.
No, you want his ass out there winging that ball around 70 yards down the field. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, Jay, I know you're a huge fan of giant asses, right?
Are we talking about
funny,
people or posteriors?
Well, posteriors. Thank you. Yes.
I say I love Biggie.
Oh, come on.
That wasn't bad. He played off yours.
Yeah, part of me is going to suggest that this whole craze is sort of just I don't want to say laziness, like.
No, you can say that.
No, you can.
I mean, our culture has gotten so lazy that, hey, lo and behold, everybody's ass is big. You know what? Let's just make it easier and call that big ass what's attractive.
Yeah.
Make it easy for everybody. Don't have to work on making that big ass smaller. Right?
Yeah,
That's where the work.
I agree 100%.
That's where the work comes in.
No, I agree. With you, Jay.
Gym classes that promise a fatter ass are in high demand. Really? Don't worry, ladies. It'll happen naturally. You don't need to work to get a fat. I mean, there are other ways to get a fat ass than going to a gym class. They're getting this. What I don't understand is this surgery that goes on, though, where people are taking fat injections out of their stomach and shoving them into their ass. Ugh. Companies are cashing in on a growing demand from women seeking the more curvaceous figures of their favorite stars. How pathetic is that? This idea that you're so looking up to celebrity that you want to get a fat ass like Nicki Minaj or Kim Kardashian.
Which I think both their fat asses are
disgusting.
Those Kardashian pictures were gross.
So gross. There was nothing redeemable about those Kim Kardashian photos. I'm sorry. She's just not. I don't even find her attractive.
Same with Nicki Minaj, dude. I don't think that the big ass is anything special.
He says rectum damn near killed him.
Yeah, it's nasty.
And in the music video for Booty, they talk about Jennifer Lopez and Iggy Azalea wearing leotards, spend 4 minutes rubbing their curvy asses together. At one point, they slap each other on the ass.
I have what doctors call a little bit of a weight problem.
Sales for Booty Pop, which sells for $22. They sell $22 foam padded panties on their website, are up 47% in the last 6 months. This is a trend we need to knock that shit off.
Dude,
hashtag knock that shit off.
I agree.
I'm retarded. Plus, same thing. If you're gonna wear the panties that are, booty padded, they're gonna take them off, and it's not gonna be real.
I know.
Are you stupid?
Call me old-fashioned, but I like a nice hot ass.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, come on.
Me too. I'll be honest with you.
I agree.
Feel Foxy, another maker of padded panties, says it's been their best year ever, launching nearly a decade ago. Sales are up 40% from a year ago. This chick's talking about squeezing into a $40 Feel Foxy one-piece for her birthday. The shape where flattened her waist and boosted her ass. A flat butt can ruin an outfit.
Gross.
The stay-at-home mother of two said.
Gross.
I know.
It's just, dude, it is so what Jay said. It really is.
It's laziness.
Look, I'm sorry, dude. I've gone on I don't know if on this show I have, but I've gone on a diatribe before about my thought on yoga pants and how I really actually don't like them. And honestly, it's because of that same thing, though. You go to the mall.
Did you say you've gone on a diatribe? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing. A diatribe.
No, I know. I was trying to figure out what you were saying. It came out weird. So okay.
No, but I mean, the thing is, like, honestly, those things just help what they look. So you go to the mall, and they're all just wearing them. And honestly, God, I have that talk with me with my friends all the time. It's just you're not working out.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not going to work out because if I put on yoga pants, it'll just tighten it up and make it look good, and that's good enough. It's like, dude.
I always wanted a big butt, something you could look twice at. Be sure the desire for big asses isn't new. Large booties long have been preferable in Latino and black communities.
Well,
this PhD said, yeah, they can have them. Take them. Yours. When people see things repeated on TV more and more, it becomes normalized. No, I could see that over and over and over for 1,000 years. It will never become normalized for me.
Agreed, dude.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
In Europe and in France especially, there's a trend to show off the buttocks in place of breasts. In uncertain times, people look for security. Men are attracted to women's hips and buttocks for security and reassurance. Women respond to this. It's deeply psychological.
Ah.
Really? Really?
Sounds anthropological to me. Should we mention the vagine and the use of lipstick?
Yeah.
Take this.
I've mentioned that a few times.
Eyes up here, Jay. My eyes are up here. So I prop my ass out and my titties up. Eyes up here, boys.
Yeah.
Stop it. Why don't we walk around with... We should start walking around with skimpy little shorts and have one ball hanging out on either side of our underwear.
I do that.
Do you? Just
Right,
walk
and then
around, just going, eyes up here, ladies.
One
eyes
ball.
up here. Just have each ball.
He's like, absolutely.
I know,
He's in total agreement.
Not with wanting to do it, but with the concept of what you're saying. I mean, I agree with the concept of it.
Just have a ball hanging out of the left side of your underwear and a ball hanging out the right side of your underwear. Eyes up here, ladies.
You should be able to...
Up here.
Yeah. You should be able to control yourself.
Yes.
You shouldn't be...
I should be able to... Don't objectify me. I can dress any way I want.
No matter what.
Don't blame the victim. Eyes
Here's
up
the
here,
problem,
ladies.
though. You'd get way more laughs from chicks than guys would laugh at girls.
Eventually, it'd become
every guy would check out a girl and go, "Oh shit," and have a sexualized thought.
Right.
Not every woman would look at that and have a sexualized thought. I can guarantee, and that's no slam on you, Mike.
Well, I would hope not. But eventually, if we move this forward enough and we each start having balls hanging out of our underwear, eventually it'll become the normcore. Eventually it will. It might take a while, and I'm willing to fight through that.
You see how easy it is to fit into the normcore.
Yes.
So I agree. Hey, those are my notes. That's an important document. It's an important business document. Son of a bitch. Okay, I'm not going to react to that. I'm just going to let it go.
You forgive him?
I do forgive you.
Even more worrisome, the intensity of which the desire for big asses is going. Some businesses specialize in butts say pop culture has had a direct impact on their bottom line. A Brazilian ass lift in which fat is sucked from a patient's stomach, love handles, or back and put into their ass and hips is increasingly popular in the U.S. This type of surgery, along with ass implants, was the fastest growing plastic surgery last year. Don't you think that, that might sound cute to a 23-year-old, but when she's 40, you think she's going to be dying to... Boy, I wish I could have not put that fat injections in my ass and
Turns
hips.
out I didn't really need it. After all.
Dr. Matt Schulman, who performs the procedure in New York, says this year has been busier than last. He charges $10,000 to $13,000 for this surgery. Ladies.
Isn't it funny what a culture says is beautiful? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You look at some of those African tribes with those, big ass, they'll extend their necks.
Yeah.
With all the rings or the
lip.
Oh, God, the lip.
The lip puck they put in there.
Dude. Great example, sir.
Yes, yes. Or
Fucking
the
lip.
Or Oon with his tiny little shoes.
Oh, his little shoes. Yeah.
He's catching some shit, by the way.
Yeah, what do you do?
Oon. Well, they're bringing they're talking about the UN bringing sanctions against North Korea for their their civil injustices against their people, the jailed people.
Huh.
What was the word? What am I looking for? Human rights violations. Yes, but talking about bringing them into a court even.
Wow.
Yeah, which would be
like the Bosnian guy. Can't think of his name, but he was tried.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be wow. Little Oon.
Little Oon, which they say is humiliating to a group like that. To Oon, he'd be humiliated by that, which they think may be the reason for some of these letting Kenneth Bay go and trying to hey, what are civilized people here? But yeah, they in their court docs they've got these drawings that former inmates made, and they show these emaciated people eating snakes. That's all they can get their hands on to eat.
Where is this?
North Korea.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese.
That's okay. I'm not speaking Japanese. And then they had this lady on the stand who was like, I watched a lady in the prison. She escaped, but a lady in the prison had a baby, and they beat her for having a baby, and then made her drown the baby.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's the kind of violations. Of course, Oon and his team denies it all, but yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. Yep.
Fucking Oon.
Fucking Oon. His tiny little shoes. Ooh, varmint. Ooh, varmint. The downside to the new interest in the fat asses.
Oh, is there a downside?
Yes, there is. That women desperate for cheap options are risking their lives going to phony doctors that inject silicone and even bathroom caulk into their fucking asses. Yes.
Can you imagine what that looks like after a day? How it just would
my God.
settle into just, the most oblong-looking.
It does. There was a woman, I saw her.
Nasty.
That's the word, curdled.
Yeah?
It looks like curdled cottage cheese that settles in their ass. This woman, I saw her on a some store. I can't remember where I saw it, but she had done this, wanted a fatter ass, and went to Mexico and had someone inject caulk in her. She ended up having both legs, both arms amputated, her ass amputated. She's a fucking
How do you have your ass
hanging in a closet. She's sleeping in the closet. Yes.
How do you have your ass amputated?
They just cut your fat ass cheeks off.
Like on one of those deli slicers?
And she's like,
How did it go up to the arms?
because she got poisoned through her
got
body, and they ended up having to amputate all her shit.
dude.
Yeah.
Hang her in the closet.
Think about that, ladies. Next time you want to inject caulk. There's a lot of ways to inject caulk in your ass. We've all wanted to inject cock in your ass, but you train professionals. If you're going to have any cocks injected into your ass, you don't want to do it from a weirdo doctor in Mexico with bathroom caulk. There's better caulk to inject in your ass.
Jay's right by it. Jay is really right, though. It's all just...
There she is. Is that her?
It's all laziness.
There she is. Look at her. Hot. She's got a fat ass.
Yeah.
April Brown.
April Brown. There's my girl.
She doesn't have a fat ass. She has no ass. They deli sliced it off.
They did. She tried, though. She tried really hard to have a fat ass. She's got no legs or arms.
Chasing the dream.
You can hang her in the closet.
Regretting that now, probably.
Damn it, dude.
Oh, how bad would that suck?
It's a mix between our lazy culture and our culture's focus on kind of the hip-hop deal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know,
Well,
J-Lo and Nicki Minaj and all that. Like, you know, if hip-hop wasn't such a big deal right now, they would be dismissed as,
Jay,
whatever. They're just this tangential
thing.
Jay, don't you also think, too, not going on the working out, like the laziness, but, like, that whole thing now where everybody's beautiful no matter what, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you got
see
a
it on
300-pound lady, and she's like, I like myself for who I am. Well, that's fine. You're gonna die of diabetes and probably fucking heart disease, but
lonely.
Yeah.
And
You see them walk onto the set. It's like, you're just jealous.
Right.
You're just jealous.
No.
Jealous. Like, no. No.
Swear to God, not. Swear to God.
Swear to God, not.
Swear to God,
Jealous? You're just jealous of all this. Look at this. I'm beautiful. Fucking waddling out on
Shaking her
stage.
Shit.
Look at my titties. No.
You know,
jealous? You just jealous?
That's insane when you hear people say that. Like, well, this concept where people, I get that there's a lot of body imaging thing with girls and teens, and I understand, I don't because I'm not, but I understand, the story. But dude, this concept of just telling everybody that you're beautiful no matter what, and dude, I'm sorry if you're 300 pounds.
That's what happens when you have to cut silicone and caulk out of your ass.
That's looking a lot better now,
dude.
Yep.
Damn it, Timko.
There you go.
Seared on my psyche.
You didn't believe me, did you? You didn't believe that they would slice the ass cheeks off.
Deli slice it right off.
They don't even do a good job of it.
I'm gonna say this one doesn't look too bad. the change, if that's a change from the right.
No, that.
Oh
God! Damn it! No!
Oh!
It looks like an ass on a bed of genital
Oh
warts.
my God, that's horrible, dude.
Oh, that looks so
Just
bad.
stop it. Okay, we've
get
got it.
We got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it. But the problem with and E's argument comes in here. That thing, whatever that ass, that foreign alien-looking thing that she calls an ass is, she puts some yoga pants on that, and all of a sudden it kind of tightens up, and then you get that thing in the bedroom, and boom!
Oh, it's false advertising.
When you walk around,
false advertising. You'd run out of there.
Exactly. Me and my buddies talk about it all the time with that when I go to them, because I do go to the mall a lot. I know you guys make fun of me, but
we know. Hot topic.
Okay, I do. But you're right though, dude. It is false, and you can tell. There's a few girls where if you look at them, you can tell they actually do some sort of exercise, and the ones that don't, it's like you can tell it. You pop that thing off, it's just gonna, you know what I mean? That's just gonna fall out.
Just gonna billow forth.
Exactly.
Hey y'all, foosball, ping pong in the lobby, the hottest sales staff in Oakland County. That's right, head to Zott Ford and Holly. They are the dealership that not only wants to treat you like royalty, but hook you up with an additional $500 on your trade-in. Just tell them the Detroit Cast sent you, specifically Big E. at the Detroit Cast. Zott Ford, SZOTT, is located just north of Great Lakes Crossing on Holly Road, just off of I-75. So go in and play some ping pong, check out the cars. I want to see that new Mustang. I wonder if they'll have that new Mustang. Did you see that thing?
The Shelby version?
Yeah.
I saw one picture of it today.
Yeah.
Incredible.
He's a beast.
Hey, any businesses or groups out there in need of huge savings on
Yes.
computers or electronic equipment?
Yes.
If that's you, contact NationwideSurplus.com. They sell everything computer-related and can offer great deals on bulk purchases of hardware and software. We're talking everything from laptops, servers, scanners, projectors, and more. They have it all. And they also buy decommissioned equipment. So check them out at NationwideSurplus.com. And if you shop now and use the promo code Pink Hat,
Mike's brother,
Pink, you get an additional 10% off the purchase. That's huge savings just for that mention of the Detroit Cast. So don't wait. Check them out. That's NationwideSurplus.com. We actually have one of our listeners chiming in today, committing to go to NationwideSurplus.com to grab an iPad.
Oh, great.
Nice, yeah.
Very cool.
You know, this is actually an email from Ryan, our friend who helped us with Kickstarter.
Oh, okay.
He says, "Hey, Jay, I listened to Monday's episode."
Talking about shooting rubber bands.
So I have one question for you guys. Now that I know y'all were shooting paper clips back and forth as I was explaining the Kickstarter process, the Dick Bernstein video you guys made makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I knew Mike would stoop to that level, but you, Jay, really?
I was kind of appalled as well, right? I'll be honest with you.
it.
Jay started it. He did. I retaliated, which probably wasn't the most mature thing I could have done, but
Because I was sitting behind a foreign desk. We were in somebody else's office. Remember that? We had to take the call.
Totally.
So I just started looking through the drawers, found some rubber bands, and here we go.
That's right, Mike.
Ryan asks, so I ask you this. While Drapes was talking yesterday, were you guys shooting shit at each other?
No, we respected Drapes.
He says, I bet not. Are we saying that Drapes is more important and exciting than a microbiologist, immunologist, PhD?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. I answered that myself.
Yeah.
Drapes wins. Says, all kidding aside, the podcast is going great. I love listening every morning, and I think the advertisers from the Kickstarter rewards are sounding perfect. While my parents and family still live in West Bloomfield, I am in South Carolina now, and so I definitely cannot support Ford dealer 1,200 miles away. However, I am going to buy an iPad for my 3-year-old son from Nationwide Surplus so he stops using mine.
Wow, 3-year-old with an iPad. That's
yeah,
awesome.
dude. Yeah, my daughter, probably 4, so she was cruising around and
Really?
filming stuff on it and all that.
Yeah.
It's funny to see. As Mike said today, if the listeners can show these first few advertisers that it is worth using the Detroit Cast to advertise with, I am sure they will stay with you for a long time and make this podcast a permanent fixture.
I agree with him completely.
That's the key, man.
That is the key.
Couple more. Here we go.
Some emails?
Yeah, Scott writes in. He has Eric's new employee photo badge.
Eric Beatty.
This is awesome. It's Eric Zott Ford, used vehicle cleansing specialist. It's him in
In
a
a bikini.
seductive pose on top of a Jeep.
Actually, I look pretty good in this picture.
Yeah, you
honestly.
do.
I'd be all right with this was my picture.
Are you wearing your pink hat too?
I am.
Nice.
So look at my,
It's
look at my
pretty
flat,
well done.
look at my
Dude,
flat
your
stomach.
head
It works.
It just works. You can
Jar
put
Jar
E's head.
Binks.
Yes, it works for everything.
Gilligan, vehicle cleansing specialist. That's pretty good.
God.
All right, here's one from Jordan. Look, listen. I instinctively used "God damn it" mid-flight in the cockpit on Saturday. He's a commercial pilot.
Oh, no way.
When my co-pilot fucked something up, something that I had to fix before passengers and air traffic control found out. It was a pretty big mistake on his part, so the phrase "God damn it, why did you do that?" Was appropriate. As I thought
that's
about it later, I'm
awesome.
pretty sure my co-pilot's post-flight silence had more to do with him genuinely thinking I was pissed due to the force of that "God damn it." When "God damn it" is directed at someone, it carries so much more weight than a general "God damn it."
Yes. God damn it, Jay.
Yeah. There's a small possibility that my chief pilot may be giving me a phone call later this week about proper language in the cockpit. I will explain that "God damn it" is like aloha and can mean anything. It has
Absolutely.
multiple meanings, applications.
And I would argue that cockpit is not very friendly as far as language goes either. So
Yeah, Jordan. So
some of them call them girlfriends. I call them cockpits. Whatever. But if you can say cockpit in a plane, you should be able to say "God damn it,"
I agree.
especially if someone fucks something up in a plane.
And it is like aloha. It really has tons
Absolutely.
of applications.
Yeah.
Applications. It's a word.
Roy wrote in.
By the way, can we just say that it is mind-blowing that commercial pilots would listen to this drivel? Can I just put that on record?
You always kind of put them up on a higher standard, don't you?
Yes, you
Like,
do.
these guys really must have it together.
Yeah. No.
I mean, look at all the lives they have in their hands at 30,000 feet. They really, really have it together.
Yes.
Now they have an earbud in, listening to, God damn it! Listening to Big E. Talk about banging sheep. Or not banging sheep, hitting sheep.
Yeah, punching them in the face.
Striking them. Yeah. Roy liked our interview with Drapes. He says that was worth whatever the phone hookup cost. Keep her going, boys. Loving the show. By the way, we mentioned the phone. The phone hookup is still in the works. We mentioned that like 2 or 3 months ago, but the part is coming, and we believe in early December we are going to be able to go to a more consistent schedule and add, regular call-ins to the process.
Yes.
That should be interesting.
That will be very interesting. People can call us out on our bullshit.
Yep. You can call us up and tell us to fuck off.
You can call us up and tell us you said God damn it in the cockpit.
Yep.
All of that stuff.
Brandon writes in, sweatless stalks. I like it already. Hey guys, God damn it! Thanks to you, every damn time I go shopping at the grocery store and I go past celery, I think of a big bag of sweatless Panu stalks. Thanks, fuckers. I can never look at celery the same and feeling slightly homo when I eat it. Anyway, I love the remote show. Fucking awesome. When I tuned in, I felt like you guys had made it big and have arrived. Keep it coming. Lastly, Jay, I'm a bit concerned for you with all of your agreeing with Eric. Either he is rubbing off on you or you on him. What gives?
I agree.
Am I doing that?
Yeah.
Really?
Because they're agreeing a lot. Yeah.
Must be him agreeing with me.
No, he used to agree with me all the time.
He's
Remember
become
that?
pretty normcore.
Yeah, he's very normcore. Remember in the beginning he agreed with me all the time about everything. Now he never
Shut
agrees
the
with me.
fuck up. No, every time I would be saying something and he'd be over there going, I'd be like, dude, that's fine if you disagree with me, but let me fucking finish what I'm saying, and then you can have your say, Eric. But he never would. He'd just go,
what he said.
Yeah.
That is funny, I guess. You're right. I guess I have gotten...
Yeah, you don't agree with me on anything anymore. You're Team J all the way.
I don't pick teams. I just agree with what... I hear the points, and I make
he
my
is what he
judgment.
is.
No, he used to agree with me across the board on everything.
I agree, and now he's agreeing with me.
Now he agrees with you across the board. Very normcore, but whatever.
Well, actually, you could argue that that's an anti-normcore, because I'm well...
It's going with...
Because I'm going...
What am I? What have you described?
Finish your thought.
What
Because
have
I
you
was going to
described?
say, you're the co-host, and I'm going kind of going with the unfashionable thing would be to go with the co-host as opposed to just agreeing with the host. So technically that is
you have
normcore.
stated publicly that a vote for Jay is a vote for the man. For
I remember that.
conformity.
I remember that.
Right.
So just remember that. What gives? Is it your Ben Affleck like charm he finds irresistible, or his big pink hat that captures your lust for living a sliver of a life? Careful, E just may begin attending your aerobics classes. You know, they're not aerobics classes.
They are though.
They're
They
not.
are.
Well,
They are.
No, they're not. P.S. I too am
Little warmer.
30.75,
Whoa.
and it is
Living
not,
in Nana's basement?
Listen to this. He says it is not a hill to die on when you're having porn star pussy and running a little low on fluids after 4 to 5 times a night.
Okay.
I believe what Brandon is
I
saying.
agree with Brandon completely.
But again, he's missing the point.
No, not at all missing the point.
The point was that you claim to be perfectly satisfied. Perfectly satisfied.
Not a hill to
That's
die
the
on.
key.
No, not saying it's okay.
Not saying
Not
oh
saying
it does.
that's fine. No
it
big
might
deal. I
happen.
understand.
It might happen. Am I going to die from it? No, I'm not going to die.
Not going
I'll
to die
roll
from
over.
it.
I won't be able to
That's
fall
not
asleep.
Taking care of my girl.
You're
But that's
perfectly
not
satisfied.
Well, here's why I'm perfectly satisfied. Because of the 3 or 4 times that I did it previously that same evening,
Nope.
made me completely satisfied. So I ran a little low on fluids. Whatever. If I had replenished properly, I would have been fine with fluids, but I was running a little low that night.
But
no
you
big
weren't
deal.
completely
Not
satisfied
the end of the
with
world.
the last one.
I was completely satisfied that
How?
she was happy. Completely satisfied. Not a
Patrick-
hill to die on.
Patrick writes in. Hey, can you get $500 off at Zotford if you mention Mike Hatt or Stan Berta?
Yes, you can.
Mike Hatt.
That
Who's watching you? Mike Hatt. Mike Hatt. Who's Mike Hatt?
that went so under the radar. Listeners didn't even point that out. That was amazing because you weren't joking.
No, I totally. I was like, Mike Hatt.
Who's Mike Hatt? Are we supposed to know who Mr. Hatt is?
Andrew goes, dude, it's my cat.
Oh, my cat.
Gotcha, Andrew. Anyway, you ever heard of a masturbatory clown?
In the Ojibwe?
Fucker. We're about to throw your ass under the bus, so. Randy writes in, look, listen. I used to be a chef, and one of the most tender types of meat was veal. When they raise veal, they keep them in small enclosed spaces so their muscles don't get exercise and they stay tender. I think Walters would make the best meal since he doesn't get much exercise.
You know what? Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you. I'd be delicious. Scrumptious.
I've had a few people
You should be so lucky to get a meal as good as me.
I've had a few people email me and tell me they thought I was right over you. I'm saying that I should eat Walters over you first.
Mm-hmm.
Also, his glandular condition
disgusting.
could very well cause his muscle to be marbled with fat, another desired quality to look for in meats. Marbled with fat.
Here's what someone...
You'd be lean and gross. You'd
Exactly,
be like diet.
Jay.
Jay could be eaten, but he would be tough unless you braise him. Just roasting him would result in a tough, stringy piece of meat.
Oh,
Eric
gross.
would probably taste like shit, so
Yeah.
he would get to live. Cheers, Randy.
I've had a few people... What someone
Braise
said,
you.
You'd have to braise him.
what someone said was, Jay, is that in the situation of life and death, we're in an area where we're about to eat people, your probably energy's low. And you know what? Fat would be better for you to get some quick energy.
If I saw you come in with a fork, I'd kill you with it.
Well, I'm going to have someone else kill you, and then we're going to cook you on the...
I think you'd rather have a bunch of protein than fat, but
I
what
don't-
do I know? Okay. Tommy writes in. Oh no, we'll get to that one another time. Ron writes in, after listening to a recent episode and hearing how much Walters longs for a tiger, and he does.
I do.
I
Very
was
much so.
reminded of a tenant of mine who speaks often of his cat. He describes his cat as a very large cat, and it resembles a tiger, he claims. I think it looks more like a cheetah. He says his cat will jump from the ground to the top of the refrigerator in one clean leap.
Yeah.
The breed is called a Savannah cat.
My brother has one.
Seriously?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I've attached a couple of pictures of this breed. He has one of those?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, shit, sorry.
They're somewhat expensive, $5,000 to $20,000, but you
That's-
might not have to worry about it eating the neighbor. Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding?
G's got. I don't know if it was that much.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He has a Savannah cat.
I think so.
Freaking
God
awesome.
damn it, G. Where'd you get that? Ron suggests maybe you can have your quote-unquote producer open up the Google machine and get some more information on it.
I want a tiger so bad. Oh
This would be a pretty good...
no,
Craig,
No,
Craig
you're-
forwarded,
full on
Craig
tiger.
forwarded a picture of a tiger in his local zoo, and he said, dude, this thing's head is 2 basketballs, size of 2 basketballs.
I
Really?
love it.
You want that thing walking around your house?
Yes. Yes. Yesterday. I'll have G send pictures. Why can't I remember the name of his damn cat right now? But yeah, I want to say it was a couple $1,000s at least.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'll save some of these for tomorrow, but email us, people. We read them all. We
Yep.
obviously can't get them all on the air, but we read them. We love them. We laugh at all of them.
And
It's
people
hilarious.
love them too. We hear that a lot.
Yeah.
People love the email.
They're fun,
segments.
man. They're a lot of fun. Email us. Make sure you're sharing us on Facebook too, please.
Yes.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
We've seen our numbers spike.
Yep. We definitely
in
have.
recent weeks, and we owe that all to you all out there because we're not doing much overt advertising at this point. Although we're moving into that very shortly.
Yes.
You
Yep.
shall see some things shortly.
Yep. All right. Is that all we got for today?
That's all we got, man.
All right. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for hanging with the Detroit Cast. That'll do it for a Wednesday show, but we'll be back tomorrow with an all-new Thursday edition of the Detroit Cast.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you grow.